1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on, oh baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, oh baby, don't you wanna go back to that same old place, sweet home, Chicago.
You're listening to Both Down Chaos Cup 2016 special, the #1 Blood Bowl podcast
We don't do that on specials.
that we don't do in specials.
Didn't I say that last time? Do we do that in specials? We've had this discussion before.
I really don't know. It doesn't matter. We've started.
Okay.
I am Scott Prime, otherwise known as Lord Prime for this episode.
Steve, a.k.a. Kilowoggy.
And then we also have a special guest, Mr. Scott Hess himself, Scott Hess.
Hey, what's going on?
What's your What's your
Kilgannon.
Kilgannon, yeah.
It used to be like SCC 17856R256.
Well, I didn't know people actually use their real names. So, like, when they go and they have, like, their NAF name on their shirts and shit.
Why did you circle your head?
I was doing the back.
Oh, okay.
He wants a tattoo of his NAF name now on his head.
If I win a Chaos Cup, I will tattoo my NAF name right on the back shoulders.
That
Sounds like a horrible idea. I would not say agree to that.
Oh, I would do that in a second.
I just did it. So if I win a Chaos Cup, it's happening.
Am I Kilowog or Kilowog 1?
Some people don't even know.
I don't know which
Their
way is
names.
worse. I think I'm Kilowog 1.
I think you are too.
Well, anyway, I just thought it was a login to the NAF website.
It basically is. Yeah.
It is
But I didn't know people actually used it. So when I found out and started going to tournaments, I changed it up.
to kill Ganon.
That's right.
Because when you used to play Zelda, you like to kill Ganon.
It's actually the last name of a comic book character from the Amory Wars for Coheed and Cambria, which is my favorite band.
Awesome. So it has nothing to do with Rich Gannon, the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings.
No, I don't even
Nothing
watch
has
football.
anything to ever do with Rich Gannon. Even Rich Gannon's wife has nothing to do with Rich Gannon.
He also played for the Raiders, so
True.
I just thought
Do you
maybe.
broadcast now?
I don't know. I don't have anything to do with Rich Gannon.
Good point.
All right, so
We're
we're
here.
here.
A new T-shirt. Both down. We have nothing to do with Rich Gannon.
That's great.
It's gonna be like the one celebrity that listens to this podcast.
And he's sad now. He's like, screw you guys.
Him in Adventure Time, but you know,
We do have the Adventure Time guy.
yeah,
All right, so
Does a guy from Adventure Time listen to your podcast?
sure does.
Really?
Yeah,
obviously you don't listen to previous episodes.
don't want
of
to-
I
Logo.
listened to some.
don't want to out him,
But I didn't
you know.
hear that little tidbit. That's exciting.
Did we talk about it on one of the
I
episodes?
think I just posted on Facebook and Twitter about
See, I'm
being
not
super
on Facebook.
excited.
There's a guy who does storyboards and writes for Adventure Time who listens to us.
Does he come to tournaments?
No.
Do we know him?
He's in Canada. I think
So
he's
Spoon.
He's going to pick up the new box set. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Spoon. Spoon can stay in Canada.
We'll get to the further adventures of Spoon when we get to Saturday night.
God, that's a cartoon that needs to happen. It's just going to be different characters every week, and Spoon comes in and just rapes them.
We should just have one for every Chaos Cup. Last year's Adventures of Spoon.
Yeah. He has his own podcast. So he can talk about it if it comes out.
It won't.
No.
So the truth is here.
Did you go to Chaos Cup? Yeah, I didn't do anything. Move on.
All right. So we're going to do what we do every year. We are going to break down our whole trip to Chaos Cup, including probably almost every meal we have. Because
Yeah.
that's what we do.
Wasn't a whole lot excited. Well, okay, we'll get there. So, we actually went separately. Scott Hess drove up the day after we did. We got there early so that we could hang out with Chance and Drew on that Friday. So,
And I'm an old man who doesn't like to take the whole day up there
right.
on the first day.
Me too. I like doing the double day.
Yeah, it's just,
It's much nicer.
yeah. Doing that once on the way back is more than enough.
Sure, I get that.
So we left, what, 3 o'clock?
Yeah, I think so. Well, we got everything ready and we're on the road by 4.
Yeah.
And we entered the monsoon.
Yeah, Oklahoma's now turned into some tropical world where every day about 3 or 4 it rains. And that day it rained like crazy.
It was the hardest rain I've seen as an adult. Like, I might have seen it stronger as a child, but it might have just been my child mind of, like, I can't understand that.
Could you see while you were driving, or is it just
barely. It was
no
really bad.
visibility?
Literally barely see the guy in front of you.
Dang.
And it was going like 30 or 35 miles an hour.
The key in that is just you got to keep going. You don't want to stop.
There was so many people pulled off to the side, and I did not blame them.
Do not stop in that, because if you stop, the semi doesn't stop,
Right.
and they'll just keep coming.
There
So
was
if they hit you while
there
they're
was a
going
couple
70,
semis pulled off,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
and that's
All
when
right.
you know it's bad.
Yeah, that's when you know it's rough.
And normally, that situation, I just get behind a semi and go.
Yeah, it's Oklahoma weather for you.
Yeah. So it seemed to follow us pretty much the whole way up to Tulsa.
It sure did.
Is what it felt like. And it threw us off probably about an hour to hour and a half.
Something like that.
But what? We drove until...
But I finally got the tag, the Pike Pass.
I will tell everybody
After
about
many
it.
years of saying we're going to get a Pike Pass, I got a Pike Pass. So we can just go through the tollways without having to stop.
They work in Texas too, don't they?
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
'Cause
we're
in
going
Tex-
to Austin, we can cruise down.
Yeah, that's true. But I normally go to Dallas, and Dallas has a tollway that they don't charge for unless you're local. And they can get off tags, but my tag is a Citizen Potawatomi, so they never sent me an amount. But now they'll just take it off automatically, so that sucks.
Steve likes being an outlaw.
Apparently,
Yeah.
What, is that because it's an Indian tag? You racist son of a bitch.
Hey, Brownstone texted me the message that give to you.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. No, so we drove 6 hours that night.
Something like that, yeah.
We got to Rolla, which is like our halfway point.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting. We stopped at a Cracker Barrel and ate. Steve
We had the worst waitress ever.
You told her what you wanted, and she heard about every third word only.
Cracker Barrels are a crapshoot. It's 50-50.
I would tell her the beginning of something, and she would just fill in the rest.
Nice.
I'm like, you want Dr. Pepper? Okay, I got you Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper with no ice? It comes with ice. I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, I want,
Typical Steve fashion. His whole meal was kind of sucky.
what was it? Country Mama's Country
French toast.
French toast. She's like, okay, you want Mama's Country? Okay, I got it. She wrote it down. She left. And apparently there was a Mama's Country pancake breakfast, so I got pancakes.
Were they all right?
No.
Dude, Steve loves his fried bread, dude.
Why would you not?
I think we all love fried everything.
Yes.
It's America.
America.
My meal was pretty good. I had the cooked salmon and some green beans. I eat healthy.
You always got to go with the chicken and dumplings at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Chicken and dumplings are bomb.
Good stuff. Steve doesn't like the consistency.
No.
He tried eggs with his breakfast meal. He's not an egg guy,
Not an egg guy at all.
but he decided to try them.
I've been trying stuff. I know what I don't like.
I'm of the opinion that an egg can make everything better.
I agree.
There's not one thing.
Add
you
it to
couldn't really
hamburger. Add it to salad.
put in- Yeah.
Add it. Tell me what. Add it to whatever. It's good.
Cunnilingus.
It's probably good.
I'll put a little hollandaise sauce right on that pussy
Oh.
and get all up in there.
So, Brian, too, you can no longer listen to this episode. I'm sorry.
Well, fortunately, you can edit.
But hollandaise sauce everywhere is pretty good, too.
Yeah, there you go.
That's not so good for you. But it tastes yummy. All right.
Delicious.
So, nothing really to report on Wednesday,
We stayed at a Holiday Inn.
which had amazing beds.
Yes, that was the amazing part. It was like a Holiday Inn suite, and it was the most comfortable bed ever.
It's probably the best bed I slept in over a year.
In Rolla,
Yeah.
Yes.
I slept in there on the way back.
It was nice,
Was your
wasn't
bed
it?
amazing?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great hotel. I'm going to stay there every time.
I think we might have to.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We got up. We had breakfast at the hotel just to save money and stuff.
It's also pretty shitty.
I had
And
eggs.
it's
and stuff.
free, so.
It was a free meal. And we hit the road. We got to nothing really exciting.
No.
Steve got really bad gas mileage.
Yeah, I don't know.
It
There's
might have
some-
been because of the driver was trying to drive really fast.
Yeah, it's been picking back up.
Has it? Okay.
Yeah.
Steve,
Somebody just got
Steve
like
was
a bad
constantly
gas
concerned
somewhere.
about it.
Well, before we left, I checked my gas mileage, and it was like 18. I don't get 18 miles a gallon in my car. So it was normally like 26. So it was significantly off. But I've been keeping an eye on it.
And then what time? We got to Joliet, or is that where we had our pizza? We stopped
No,
an hour.
It was supposed to be Joliet. It ended up being somewhere else. I can't remember the name. It's like Oskalooga.
We were basically an hour outside of our hotel, and we stopped to get some,
DiGiorno's.
not DiGiorno's,
Giordano's.
Giordano's pizza. We got the deep dish,
And Scott had been saving himself for pizza for months.
Is that the same place that's like in Arlington Heights that we went to, like the same chain?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that place, Giordano's good.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's legit good.
So I got a pizza. Steve got a pizza. We had some type of appetizer,
Yeah.
cheese sticks or something.
No, it was
No, we didn't get bruschetta.
no, we didn't. Yeah, sometimes cheese sticks. I don't know.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. The pizza was amazing. It's been 2.5 months since I had pizza.
Tell them what you got on it.
I got a small, which is really big,
Yeah, as I say, it's not what you're thinking when you think small.
deep dish. It had barbecue chicken on it, bacon, spinach, black olives, and I thought something else.
Pineapple.
All on my pizza.
Pineapple on pizza is
Amazing.
awful.
I agree.
It's amazing.
Was the awful.
It's awful.
You guys are crazy. Steve just got cheese.
Yeah, that's all you need at the place.
So the pizza came out.
And Steve's cheese, Steve ate 2 slices barely, and I was like, I'm not going to eat anymore because this is just too much.
Clogs the whole system.
I didn't eat the whole crust or everything. It's just like too heavy.
I ate 3 slices in like 9 minutes. It was amazing.
Yeah.
No, that's not good.
Oh, I know, but it was amazing.
Well, you've been living clean for the past few months, right?
Right, but this trip has effed me up in the bad way. For those people that listened to the last episode about eating clean, never get off that track because once you do, it's harder to catch that train back again. You're like the hobos running it down, trying to get back on it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yes, it was the first time I had pizza in over 2.5 months. It was amazing. I'm glad I waited. Can't wait to do it again.
I had that Giordano's, and I don't really want Giordano's ever again after that. I mean, it was good, but it was just so much.
I could have done it one more time.
It overloaded me.
Did it?
Yeah.
You got to get some toppings, man.
You
Get some flavor in
you
your
can't just
food.
do all cheese.
But I like the cheese and the sauce. That's what I want.
It's too much.
The good news is
I like the simplicity of it.
we took our leftovers because I said somebody will eat them at the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
We went back to we got to Chicago, what was it, about 3 o'clock-ish?
I don't know.
3 o'clock-ish? 4 o'clock-ish? Anyways, we got there. We took all our stuff in the hotel. What did we do? Oh, I died for about an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and then I forced myself to go over to the gym. That is thunder.
Okay.
I thought somebody was farting at first.
Maybe it'll cover up my breathing.
No, you're fine. Just get up on the mic so
Dart.
people can hear you.
Oh,
Darth Hess.
better?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're about to get a rainstorm. That's what's coming in town.
As opposed to a snowstorm. Okay. Fair enough.
Snowstorm or a hurricane. Or, I guess that's part of it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, I actually went and worked out at the gym because I had to run off some of that pizza so I could move.
Mm-hmm.
Got my run in. That gym is so crap now.
Yeah, you were saying that. It's just not good.
It's barely qualifies as a gym. But
And they were working on it. They've been working on it almost every year we've been there.
yeah, it's regressing every year. So I don't know what's better, but it doesn't matter. I only go up there for 4 days. So
Yeah.
we came back. What did we do after that?
Swedes?
We did something with the Swedes, but what?
Did we play games?
I don't know why y'all are looking at me. I wasn't there.
Did we play games that night? Did we go to
Okay. We
ice cream?
We then met the Swedes.
Yeah.
I took them to Walmart.
Right.
Took them for a trip to Walmart
For booze.
for booze. We came back. We didn't eat dinner. No,
They had dinner. We had already eaten because of Giordano's.
That's true.
They had our leftovers.
We went to Oberweis that night.
Yes.
So we
About 8 o'clock.
we skipped dinner and we went to Oberweis. We got ice cream. We gave them our leftover pizza.
I got a piece of cake with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top of it. That's all I'm going to get ever again.
I'm pretty sure you talked about that for years. Every time you went, you were like, I think I'm going to get that, and you never did.
Well, right. Last time I just got the cake, but this time The cake and the vanilla ice cream, perfect.
He amped it up. Got that.
Perfect.
That's good.
So good.
Yeah, so we had the ice cream.
It was like $3.
We gave the Swedes the leftover pizza. That was enough for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we played games for the rest of the night and hung out.
Yeah.
So
Played some Grizzled. You played some Camel Up.
you were mixing up Sunday and Thursday night.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We just hung out, and there was some other games played. I can't remember exactly what. But.
I don't know if we did play games.
Oh.
Or if there were
Okay,
some,
this is a terrible episode because we don't have any notes. So if you're
it
listening
all
at this
blends
point,
in. Like we're going to
just-
take notes on what we did Thursday night. Come
okay,
on.
I guess nobody cares. So we went to sleep.
Yes. Then we met up with Chance and Drew to do the plans for Friday. And we woke up and headed on into Chicago on Friday morning.
Yeah, we did. What was it called? The Field Museum.
A Natural History Museum. Yep.
Isn't it called the Field Museum?
Yes.
Though? Okay. It's pretty amazing.
It was indeed amazing.
It is pretty expensive, and I'm only looking at that through Oklahoma standards. You know, we go to the zoo, we go to the Science Museum here. It's $10, $15, $20 at
Yeah.
most. It was $38 to get into this museum.
That was with a 3D movie. It was $35 without. We could have done without.
Okay.
What was the 3D movie?
It was some crappy. I thought it was
We got to-
Walking with Sue. It was Waking Sue.
Yeah, it was.
Sue the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You got to pick out of like 6 different movies, and they picked the Tyrannosaurus Rex one. So it was.
Yeah, it was a bad one.
Always go with the deep sea ones if you're doing the 3D movies.
Should have, but
Deep sea's awesome.
I should have spoke up because I didn't really want to do the Tyrannosaurus Rex one. Out of all of them, I didn't want to do that because we watched that documentary on that.
right. But I thought it was Walking with Sue. I didn't see Waking. I saw Walking.
Oh.
So I thought it was about Sue's life when she was going around like in the area,
Not them finding her. and
not
all
them
that.
finding her. Because
Okay.
yeah, we did watch the
I
documentary.
should've spoke
So
up.
yeah, that's okay.
So yeah, we.
It was neat seeing it. To me, I wanted to go to the Field Museum because I've always liked the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago, the White City. And that's the last remaining building from that time. So I was just fascinated with the building itself and seeing the muses and the architecture and all that. So I was happy.
I've decided that if I ever go to if Chaos Cup remains in Chicago, and my kids get older, one year I'm going to have to take them just to go to the museum and stuff because that was pretty incredible. If you've never been there, they have all these exhibits with stuffed animals and stuff. Okay.
Taxidermy animals. Big difference.
There's teddy bears, Teddy Ruxpin.
Saw
No,
a stuffed unicorn.
it's taxidermy animals, but they're amazing, and most of them were created back. When was it? We looked it up.
The most recent one for like the big animals was made in 2010, I think, 2012. But it was the first one to be touched in the last 60 years. So all these other ones have been around for at least that long, if not the turn of the century.
Yeah,
or
since like
whatever.
the 50s,
Mhm.
Yeah.
early 20s, a lot of them.
So it had the lions.
The lions of Savo are my favorite. Did
Right.
you guys see those?
Yes,
Yes.
we did.
The maneless male lions.
Yes,
Those were amazing.
They're a little
That attacked
terrifying when you
people.
read the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And, we started at the bottom level, which if you go, do that. Because it sets your expectations really low. Because the bottom level sucked.
it didn't suck. It was just not as good as the other levels.
No, it was very, but they had like 1950s looking
Oh yeah, I totally agree.
snack
With that.
rooms.
I mean, one of the exhibits, while it was cool, and I would love to take my kids in there, was the one where you walk and you get shrunk by the shrink ray, and you go down into the soil, so that you get to see like how many thousands of bugs are in like 1 foot of soil, and you
Yeah.
don't want to ever touch soil again.
I remember that was kind of cool.
It was kind of interesting, but it was also kind of cheesy or super cheesy. So,
Oh, I think the kids would have loved it. Though.
yeah.
Anyways, if you have a chance, go to one of these things and look at it when you're in Chicago. You really could spend more than one day.
Oh, easily. We got to see the Terracotta Warriors of China, which are awesome.
They're on tour, I think.
Mhm,
Right?
They
Yeah.
are. So they've
They
been
had-
there for a while.
They had a guy who was in a suit that was in there, and every time you got too close, this little buzzer would go off, and he'd yell at you. It was pretty awesome.
And you would think, no one's going to get too
How
close.
many times did you test it?
Twice.
I-
we
saw-
didn't, but
we did. We saw a guy, the same guy, do it twice. and he got yelled at by the man in the suit.
Yeah.
That's where Steve was hitting on a gilf in there.
Oh yeah.
No, some old lady was sitting.
Dude,
and she was.
we got pictures of you hitting on her.
She was sitting on her like walking stick that turns into a seat.
Right.
And Steve was like, would you like to ride something a little better? Maybe younger?
She was like, I wonder how they get these made. Do you know? I'm like, well, blah. She said something about their faces. She goes, the faces seem different on these. I go, yeah, every face is different. They were all made after they think specifically warriors, blah, blah, blah.
And she said, my real question is can you score me some blow?
And I was like, well, I know a guy, but he's not in town yet. So.
Wait, I'm not that guy, am I?
No.
Didn't say
Oh,
that.
okay.
He's from Canada.
I don't know any of that stuff.
Okay.
He rhymes with Morant.
Spoon.
But yeah, there was some really cool dinosaur stuff. Got to see Sue. That was awesome.
Fields Museum is awesome.
And I've never cared about diamonds. I know this is dumb, but like one of the big takeaways, I've never cared about diamonds. I always thought they were overpriced. They didn't look that good. We go to the gems, and there's this one brooch that is nothing but diamonds, and they have the light set up perfectly where it's reflecting. And I was just startled. We were mesmerized. I was just rocking back and forth, making all the diamonds glitter. I'm like, ooh.
Well, the diamonds you get
pretty.
at like K Jewelers are a little different than
Yeah, they are.
super
They
fancy
really
$1 million
are.
ones you see at the museum.
Right.
So
It was amazing.
I think the planetarium's right there too. isn't
Yeah,
it?
the planetarium and the aquarium.
I've always wanted to go to the planetarium, but I've been to the aquarium. Aquarium's awesome.
I would love to do all that because I just looked out to the lake and I'm like, oh, I want to go to the lake.
It really might
It's
be
the
something next year to go do.
Not the ocean.
It's the
lake.
ocean.
Right, the ocean.
Call back to last year's episode.
Whoops.
I'm going to go watch the sunset by the ocean.
By the ocean. Sunrise.
Sunrise, yeah. But yeah, maybe it's something we should do every year.
I'm cool with that.
I was worn out.
Oh, we
Definitely
walked
worn out.
so much.
Yeah. But,
And then we got stuck in horrible traffic on the way back.
and if you do go to the Field Museum, you're going to eat there. So it's just like eating at the Cubs game or more expensive. Because
No, it's more expensive and not nearly as good.
I spent like I bought a $4 bottle of water. Let's put it that way. And a salad that was okay, but it was not a $12 salad.
My root beer was the best thing I got.
Well, that's sad.
It was
That's
really
'cause you-
good root beer, though.
You don't like anything food-wise, really.
I like a ton of things.
You are kind of picky though.
Not saying I'm not, but I like a ton of things. It was a hamburger. Shouldn't be that hard.
You shouldn't have never got a hamburger.
Probably should not have.
All right. Enough said.
Yes.
Well, I think I got stuck in the same damn traffic that you all did on the way back.
Yeah, because you were coming in that day,
it was
and
brutal.
yeah, you were actually stuck at the same time we were.
Right.
Oh, after we left the Field Museum,
Because-
our traffic was horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I texted Steve. I was like an hour out. I think I was an hour outside of Springfield. I had just stopped to eat, and then in Springfield, and I was heading up.
Yeah.
So I was like an hour and a half away, and you guys were like, "Oh, we just left the Fields Museum." I was like, "All right, well, I'll be at the hotel about a half hour after you." And I think I beat y'all by like an hour, and I still got slowed down in traffic.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Traffic
But-
was awful.
But
That's fine.
Memorial Day weekend on a Friday.
Exactly. And luckily, Drew drove, so that's
Yeah, that was really
fine.
awesome with Drew.
the only reason we did it.
Shout out to Drew for the minivan.
Yeah,
And
that was
Chance
pretty
with
handy
us.
all weekend.
Yeah, it really
Yeah, it
was.
yeah. So then we get back to the hotel. We rest because we're tired. A lot of people go to the medieval fair thing,
Medieval times.
medieval times, to root for their knight and everything else. And there was a small group of us that went to have sushi down at, I can't remember the place again.
Hakuyo.
Hakuyo Sushi, which we ate there last year, which was amazing.
And they remembered us.
Well, how could they not remember us?
It was
We're
a little trippy though that they remembered us
Right.
just one time.
No, I agree.
Like if this was the fourth time we've been in there, they'd be like, "Oh, you guys kind of come in every year,
Right,
right?"
yeah.
But the second time we come in,
Right. So they did remember us, and was that the chef that came out and talked
yes,
to us?
yeah, that was the head chef.
Yeah, he came out and talked to us. We all got a bunch of different sushi. It was Pat Wynn from Florida, Johnny Bull from the Double Skulls podcast over in England.
Anthony Albano.
Anthony Albano was there? Yes, here.
And David Morse.
David Morse, who tied me in in the Stunty Cup last year. No, Stunty Cup champion from last year,
Mm-hmm.
David Morse. Who else was there with us? You two,
Chance
and Drew. And was that it? I don't want to forget somebody.
Oh, should we go to the photo?
You should go to the photo. 'Cause I don't want to forget anybody here.
Well, that'd be awful. But it was good sushi. That's, I think, one of my
I
favorite
feel like we're
sushi
forgetting
places.
one person, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah, that sushi. If you ever come to Oklahoma and come to one of our tournaments, it's easy to talk me into going to Volcano Sushi.
Mm-hmm.
That is the best sushi to me around here.
Yeah.
But I would go to the other place in Chicago over Volcano Sushi.
I think they're about equal for me.
Are they?
I like Volcano.
It just probably depends on the item
Yeah.
you get. But there was some really good items, and he recommended some things that were actually really good.
Yeah.
A lot of times their recommendations are so-so. But once again, everybody ordered a lot of sushi, and then everybody kind of shared, which was pretty awesome. Was there anybody else with us that you remember, Steve?
I'm looking.
Golly, he's taking a long time.
I don't know how to find it.
Just go to it's on my wallpaper.
That's probably a better way of doing it. I was trying to find the notification that I was notified that I was in part of a picture.
Oh, I removed that. I don't like you.
Oh,
I don't like any association
That's
with
harsh.
you. No.
Scott Prime.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, who do we got? No, that's it.
That was everybody?
And the chef.
Oh, yeah, the chef was in the picture. Maybe that's what threw us off. Anyways.
Yeah, because he did the peace sign.
Anyways, they saved us a table. It was a great time. I think they like us, too, because we're good tippers. I could be wrong on that, but
I think they liked it because last year I think there was like 20 of us that went.
It was a lot more last time.
Yeah, we had like twice as many people. So
But it was, we also gave him a hard time and talked to him. And
oh, yeah.
so there's reason to be memorable.
That's true. Anytime we go there and we want to eat there again on Sunday night, I'm all game for that. I would
Yeah.
even try non-sushi things there because
Their teriyaki chicken is really good.
I've never heard you complain about it, so it must be good.
No, and the rice is a little odd. Like, I don't know what the extra flavor is to it, but it's good.
oh, they make rice in like the traditional way with mirin and that kind of stuff.
Oh, is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
Okay, then that makes sense.
Yeah. So rather than like the long grain that you find around here, it's the short grain that they make with.
And it's got like
It's like a little vinegar,
little,
and mirin,
yeah, I was gonna
and
say a little
stuff like that.
sweeter.
It's just a little goofy
Yeah.
taste.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah, it was really good. So very satisfied with that. Did we do anything else Friday night after we came back?
Did we go to Oberweis right after? Yeah,
Oh yeah, we definitely went to
went to
Oberweis.
Oberweis again because we didn't think we'd get back to it. And then after that, Johnny Bull, Drew, Chance, Pat went to level 257.
That is correct. That's what y'all did.
Yeah, which is an arcade, really cool place. And actually, need to talk to Katie because that'd be a great place for us to meet next time. It was a Friday night holiday. Place was almost dead, but it had like 12 bowling lanes, 6 on each side. It had a place in the middle to eat, and it had pinball machines and video games. We played Mario Kart, and I beat them.
They had Mario Kart.
They had a 4-player Mario Kart.
Nice.
That's pretty
on the
awesome.
actual like console, or was
No,
it like
no,
an arcade style?
like arcade Mario Kart.
Get
like you got
out
into
of
a
Dodge.
pod.
That sounds fun.
That sounds amazing.
So it took me a while to remember how to do the skid, but because I kept taking my foot off the gas,
So you got to hit
do
B. I don't know how you do it though on the
it.
arcade.
You hit the brake,
Yeah.
but you have to hit the brake while you're gassing it.
Oh.
So once I figured that out, that's how I won I lost the first game. The second game, I just zoomed it through at the very tail end, just like.
Nice.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
Is
they
it
had-
mostly retro games, or is it some new ones too?
Well, the Mario Kart was technically new,
Yeah.
and then they had the Star Wars pod.
Oh, those
thing.
are fun. The
That was really
yeah.
cool. So they had new ones. Then they had like Tapper and Xenon and pinball machines. They had new pinball machines and old ones. So it was a nice mix.
That's cool.
But it was a lot of fun, and just it was a good way to hang out.
Well, while you guys did that, some of us drank a little bit, and we went downstairs in the lobby, and there was a lot of board gaming going on. There was
SoulCon.
some people was playing. Yeah, so SoulCon was in fact in full force. There was some guys playing the others. I saw for sure. What was the other couple games? Did you see them?
I had my heart set on playing that one game I brought.
Right. There was Scythe was going on. I know that was going on for sure. There was board games everywhere, pretty much down there. And you brought your Kickstarter edition of Secret Hitler.
Yeah, which I was jazzed to play.
So we started off, I think, with 8 people, and then it expanded to 10.
Yeah, I think we started with like 6, and then people started watching, and then they started
Right.
getting in on it.
And there was a ton of accusing. And of course, we're going to talk about this game for a second because I think I'm not big on party games because most party games are like, there's no point, like apples to apples and crap
You don't like
that.
games that don't have a strategic advantage to them or element.
Right.
Because apples to apples and Cards Against Humanity is very subjective.
No, it's stupid.
No, they're fun.
Well, I like Cards Against Humanity, but I can understand why you wouldn't like
Sure, I get that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so funny. A telephone is just like fried rice. You win. That is stupid. I hate apples to apples.
Oh,
Anyways.
I hate apples to apples, but Cards Against Humanity is
Anyways.
not like that.
This is Secret Hitler's made by the Cards Against Humanity people.
Right.
And it is a game where you have fascists
Mm-hmm.
and liberals, and the fascist knows who they are, and the fascists are also siding with Hitler, who is secret. He doesn't know who the fascists are or the liberals, but the fascists know who Hitler is. And basically the whole point of the game is to get so many objectives. I think it's 6 for the fascists and 6 for the liberals.
It's actually 6 for liberals and then 5 for the fascists.
5 for the fascists. And every
Or
turn,
6 for the fascists. No, I think you're right. 6 and 6. Yeah.
your turn starts out as you're the president and you get to elect somebody chancellor, and then everybody gets to vote yes or no. And then it goes back and forth, and all the accusing happens. It is great. It is wonderful. The very first big player game we played, I said right from the beginning that the Canadians were fascists, and they were.
Yep.
Tim Lawson lied straight to everybody's face, and people believed him. And and if you ever vote Hitler as chancellor, the game's over. The guy just says,
Right.
"I'm Hitler. Haha, we won."
Right.
And Tim Lawson, that son of a gun from Pitch Invasion.
I think maybe I was president at the time too, and I gave it up to him.
I think so.
I think he got me. I think he tricked me hard, and I was like, all right, yeah.
It was an amazing game. And I tell you what, we played at least 5 times. And
You played, and then I think I kept playing a few more
I think
rounds.
y'all played a few more rounds because I was like, we're going to play one too many games too long, and it's going to be 3 o'clock in the morning.
The security guard was eyeing us by the end. He was like, there, getting out rowdy over here.
Yeah, we were getting kind of rowdy, accusing people. And I tell you what, David Morris, I could never tell if he was like playing along or getting upset.
I don't know.
Some of the guys I couldn't read, like, are they getting mad because I'm accusing them of stuff or not?
It was fun, though.
It was fun. Every game, though, I was a liberal. Every game.
I was Hitler out of the gate, and then once that happened, everybody thought I was a fascist the rest of the time. It didn't matter what I did. There's like, you're a fascist.
Yeah. It's a great party game. So if you have a group of 6 or more people, I definitely say buy this game.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But yeah, that's one of the things that does kind of stink is there's no like 1 or 2 or 4 player. You got to have a minimum 6, but it's better with like 8 or 10.
Right. So anyways, we had a good time. And then we went to bed.
Yeah.
So let's take a little break right now, and then we will come back with the Saturday and Sunday's fun.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Okay, well, day 1 for Chaos Cup. Do we want to talk about anything before we get into the matches? Breakfast?
Day 1 of the Chaos Cup.
To go work out?
No,
Yeah.
I was going to, but I didn't.
The beds were not nearly as good.
The Canadians all thought I was weird having biscuits and gravy for breakfast.
Why?
And I don't know. They were just like, that's such an American
What was
thing.
weird about the breakfast
They
at the
put gravy on their fucking french fries.
That's what I thought, but it's a brown gravy, so I guess it's different.
They thought a biscuit and gravy was different?
No, yeah, it was weird. We were talking about it, Grant and I. He's like, when I first came, I was like, I got to try a biscuit. And so he grabbed a biscuit and he ate it, and the waitress had to come over and go, honey, you can't just eat a biscuit. You have to put something on it. It was a whole process.
What I did think was weird about the hotel is they had some awesome like egg omelet things
Yeah.
for breakfast on Friday morning, but not on Saturday and Sunday.
I had an omelet on Saturday.
Okay, but by the time I had breakfast, it was scrambled eggs, and that ticked me off.
Maybe they ran out.
Maybe so.
You know,
because their omelets were pretty good.
They're all right.
Come to think
I mean,
of it,
for a free
the
breakfast.
Swedes thought it was odd that I took a biscuit and put the sausage in the middle.
To make a sandwich?
Yeah, make a sausage biscuit.
Delicious.
They're like a little hamburger. I'm like, I guess, but just a sausage
Do they not
biscuit.
have McDonald's in
I don't know.
Sweden?
No, they
Probably
just,
more healthy than we are.
they eat green beans and like liquor.
Yeah, they just exist off of liquor. From what we've noticed.
Wow, from our Chaos Cup experience, that's kind of true.
Yes.
I don't know if I ever
Liquor
saw
and chocolate.
Anders not drinking.
No, that's just Anders. He likes to drink.
Okay, well, he used to be Mr. Get up at 4 a.m. and go swimming. I haven't seen him swim
Now
this
he
year.
likes to drink.
Okay,
People's hobbies can change.
Yeah.
that's
Don't
sure.
judge them.
All right, go ahead. Let's go round one.
Okay, well, before I do that, we should probably tell everybody what our builds were. So I took a vampire team called the Nehekara Nightmares, which is 4 vampires and 12 thralls. No. 2 less than that. 10 thralls. Nice lightning coming.
I know we're getting a good storm out there.
So all 4 vampires had block, 1 thrall had kick, and 1 thrall had sure hands and dump off. And then I took 2 rerolls and had 2 fan factor.
How'd that dump off work for you?
On a couple of games, it worked really well.
Of course it did for you.
It seems odd, but I mean, I've got vampires. I put the vampires around them, and then someone comes to hit them, chunk it off.
Sure, of course it worked for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So round one, who'd you play?
Round 1, I played Joe McGruber, who played his undead team. And, yay, undead. So his 2 mummies had guard. He had 2 whites with nothing. A ghoul with block sure hands, a ghoul with wrestle tackle, and a ghoul with block. And then 4 zombies. And it was just bad. I was getting beat up left and right. I couldn't do much. I lost 1-0. I think I gave up 6 casualties or something. It was bad.
That happens.
Yeah. But, still, it's
It's only
fun.
1-0.
I've never played vampires before. It was fun. Well, I have, but not a lot.
When we get to Sunday, I got a couple questions for you. So,
Okay.
because I want to find out all your results and then ask your questions. All right, so my round 1 matchup. First off, I took ogres with the plan to just try it for the casualty award. I went with the unoriginal. It's not really unoriginal. It's the optimal build, I guess, if this is what you're going for. But I basically took Chance's build.
Right.
I
the
listened-
unoriginal taking exactly what the other people told me.
Right. Chance talked me into it. So it's 3 ogres with block, 3 ogres with piling on, no rerolls, a coach, a cheerleader, and then the rest were snotlings. So I had 7 snotlings, 6 ogres. And the whole plan is to just hit them off the line, cause casualties, let them run past you. So first off, I got matched up against Bobby, I think it's Schritzman. He's the guy who got last place last year. This year he brought dwarves. We played. He beat me 5. I don't have a lot to really talk about here. He beat me 5-0. I did exactly what I was supposed to do by not touching the ball, and I only got 3 casualties against him. But I was hoping that I won't have to see another high armor team for the rest of the tournament. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so the whole losing and going down tables and facing weaker people, that's how it should work, right?
In theory.
Yeah, it never works.
We'll talk about that further, too.
Okay.
So 3 casualties on my quest for the most brutal award. Scott Hess.
So I played Necro, which I'll probably continue to take the Chaos Cup every year
Because you've been doing well with
for
them.
a while. Yeah, they were one of my favorite teams. And I took my standard build. I had the 1 werewolf with block, mighty blow. I had the 2 flesh golems with guard. And then the 2 ghouls had block and 1 with sure hands. And then I had 2 whites and the rest zombies. 2 rerolls. So it worked out pretty well, but my first game was awful. I played a guy named Hacha Blanca from Spain, and he played dwarfs with a not both down approved team over here.
Yeah, let me see this. I am so glad we have a guy coming over from Spain. That's awesome to come play Chaos Cup. But
Yeah, there were a group of them, I think, like 4.
Yeah.
Player
I think they've
one-
come before, too.
player one's name is 1, not O-N-E, just the number 1. Player 2 is 11, and then so on and so on.
What is so on and so on?
Like the last one's like
100
1.1 e to the 11th power.
Right.
Okay, so yeah.
It's just binary code.
Yep.
So maybe that was the theme, is all these guys are in binary code with
I
no
don't know.
zeros. Anyways, not both down approved.
Well, anyway, I was feeling pretty confident at the kickoff, but by turn 3, he had casualtied my werewolf,
Ew.
no regen, my ghoul with sure hands, who ghouls don't have regen, and 2 zombies, 1 who didn't regen. So that was turn 3 of the first half.
Oh.
And it was pretty much a terrible match the rest. By the end, I think I have a picture somewhere of him casualting my white with 9 guys around him, just for the kick for fun.
So you just had no chance.
Well, we ended up at the half, He went up 1. He caged the whole way. I scored in the second half right away because I was going to play for the win.
Yeah.
So I scored, and then I was going to either try to stall for a tie or try to pick it up for the win, but he ended up scoring. I just didn't have enough guys. There's nothing
Yeah.
you can do when you're 11 versus 8,
Right.
you know.
That's huge.
Not when you have those type of teams.
And that's why I cannot take just 11 players, because I always
gotta
get beat
have-
up.
Yeah, I play too aggressive. I got to have the backup.
All right, round 2.
Round 2, I played an undead team.
Double undead.
Bruce Bradenberg's Crypt Kicker 5. And he didn't sign up early, I guess, because he just had a handwritten roster, which is I took a photo of. 2 mummies, 1 with block, 1 with guard. 2 whites, 1 with tackle, 1 frenzy. 2 ghouls, 1 block sure hands, 1 wrestle. 3 zombies, 2 skeletons, 3 rerolls. And this time, I turned the table and I had 5 casualties, I think, and it ended up winning 2-1. Just everything was going right. Didn't have any real problems that I remember, but not that I would remember.
That's good. Yeah, you don't usually remember stuff.
Not usually.
Right.
But-
Unless it's like Snotling 11 that you need.
No, I have him.
See, you remember that.
Yeah, I have all snotlings. That's easy.
My round 2,
Oh, we did not tell about what happened at the beginning of the event.
We'll-
So
we'll
we'll talk
tell,
about that
yeah.
later.
Steve's most exciting moment of the whole weekend.
No shit. Yes.
Round 2, I played against the Wildfire War Dancers,
I like that
Ooh.
name.
which was a Wood Elf team, and it had like players' name like Firecrotch and stuff like that. It was the redhead.
Stuff like what were the other names?
I can't remember the other names. I don't have the
Oh,
roster.
okay. Sorry.
But it wasn't just some dude's name, naming this team. This was Jenny Mitchell. This is the wife of Brian Mitchell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got to play against like female Wood Elves named Firecrotch and
So
stuff.
of the 3 Mitchells, you played one, and I played another.
Yeah,
Nice. We played all the Mitchells.
Was she the only
female.
female in the tournament, or was there another one?
There was another one hanging around. I think she might have been the only one at the tournament. If you hear all that, that's just thunder and lightning.
Is it going to mess us up?
No, we're good.
I don't know.
We're rolling with it.
Sounds good.
If lightning hits and it comes through,
We're in Oklahoma. There's a great chance there's a tornado,
No.
ice storm, earthquake,
If
or
we start to get
thunderstorm.
hurricanes, we're in some trouble.
Yeah, well, that's next.
we move. I go to Colorado because I looked at there was a map that showed how many days in the future,
We're going way off sub.
like how many days, how many years that it'd be more than 5 days a year that you can't go outside or something, some type of
Right.
map. And by 2200, which I'm probably not going to be around for, it was basically just the middle part of the United States that you could actually go outside and survive at.
Right.
Everywhere else was too hot and too humid.
I'm glad you believe all that Facebook propaganda. Anyways, my round 2.
Yes, I'm sorry. I forgot about how science and logic work.
Yeah. My round 2 opponent was Jenny Mitchell with her Wood Elves. This game, she destroyed me. It was 6-0. I did manage to
Damn.
get 5 casualties against her, but those did not come early on. She was dodging away and everything else. She was playing like elves, and she didn't fail any of them. It was frustrating. But anyway, long story short, I got 5 casualties, so I was up to 8 casualties after 2 rounds. But my defense was giving them up. How'd you do round 2?
My round 2, I played Chaos Dwarfs. The guy's NAF name is Furry. I
played him before.
It was the most boring game ever. It was a 1-1 tie. Literally nothing happened. I had no casualties. I think he had 1 on a zombie. And he had the Minotaur build on Chaos Dwarfs. And we just...
It's just like you get the ball, you scrum all the way down the field and score.
I'm pretty sure he kicked to me. I scored turn 8.
Yeah.
I kicked to him. He scored turn 8. And that was that.
Those are... Yeah.
It was just boring.
Yeah.
That's some Blood Bowl.
It's fine. It was awful.
So then we had a lunch break. We went to Portillo's.
That was really loud.
That is really loud rain. It is.
That was impressive.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Wow.
We opened a window and...
Holy moly. Hold
That
on.
is straight up torrential downpour with like a 40 mile or 50 mile an hour straight line wind right there.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to pause. No, it's recording, so could be interesting.
Look at this.
Holy shit. Close the door. That's impressive.
The rain is going sideways outside and twirling.
Sideways and up.
We might be in some type of weird near hurricane tornado, Scott.
No, it's no tornado.
No, I don't think there's a tornado, but it is coming down. Good.
Just avoid electrical appliances, that's all. It's like a cloud of white.
That is crazy.
This is what happens when Trump comes to town. God's like, fuck you.
It's hailing now. We might have to pause this podcast.
Oh, please don't kill us. Please don't kill us. You know I love you, baby. I wouldn't leave you. It wasn't my fault.
You miserable slug. You think you can talk your way out of this? You betrayed me.
No, I didn't. Honest. I ran out of gas. I had a flat tire. I didn't have enough money for cab fare. My tux didn't come back from the cleaners. An old friend came in from out of town. Someone stole my car. There was an earthquake. A terrible flood. Locust. It wasn't my fault, I swear to God.
Okay. So after round 2, we went to Portillo's.
So we want to tell everybody that the weather
Well,
settled
I'm
down
sure,
some.
I don't know where you're going to edit this.
I don't know.
That weather was intense for a few minutes.
That's pretty crazy.
It was.
Like, I kept looking at the TV going, just tell us what's going on.
I know, right?
Anyway.
In Oklahoma, we just have a little scroll bar on the bottom. It's just, you're fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, so lunch, what did we do? Portillo's?
We went to Portillo's.
How do you say it? Portillo's?
Yeah.
Whatever. You can call it whatever.
Delicious hot Italian beef.
It was amazing. I got French fries today. Steve is quiet because he doesn't like it.
Not my favorite.
You don't like Portillo's?
I'm not a big fan of the roast beef.
Oh.
And then,
well,
so...
if you don't like that, you're out of luck there.
Right, so I got a hot dog and I got a
Polish sausage.
Polish sausage. The hot dog was fine. The Polish sausage was so wet that it made the bun soggy. So it was disgusting.
He does not like wet meat.
No, don't. Especially when it goes on bread, that makes it super wet. That's horrible.
I got my sandwich dipped, so it was soggy and
Oh, it was
juicy
It's a whole
Amazing.
different thing.
and
but yeah.
dripping and like,
It was amazing.
delicious.
Yeah, no, it's not my thing.
It was amazing. So we had some Portillo's. We went back for round 3.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So round 3, I went up against Sam Boyer, who is Spider online, and played his Camry team. And he finished last year 9th place or 10th place, Camry.
9th, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
So
pretty
he's
good with Camry.
damn good with Camry. I did nothing to him. I lost 2-0, And he ended up with the Chaos Cup in 8th place with Camry. There was no way I was going to touch him.
He finished 8th this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He's
that's probably
damn
about
good
right.
with him.
Oh, I know he is.
And he says he's going to take him every year until he wins it with them. And he might actually. So
That'd be kind of cool.
It'd be an impressive feat to win
Yeah.
with Kimry.
it's
Yes, it
impressive
would.
to get
6
to
games?
Yeah.
With Kimry.
Yeah,
You'd have to have some dice go your way.
right, exactly.
He's also a really good player. It was
You
like
still
one
need
of those-
dice to go your way to pick up the
No,
ball.
absolutely.
I mean,
But it was one of those games where you play it and you're like, yeah, I'm just completely outcoached. I can't do anything. I'm
Right.
done. Walk on in.
my round 3 was against Nick Lillicrap, is I guess how you pronounce his name, because Katie goes, you get to play a crappy player, and they laughed about it. So it was Nick. He had the Elf Tang Clan, which, while is a funny pun name, it's not both down approved, but you still get thumbs up from me. That's pretty good.
I like the Elf
If
Tang
you're
Clan.
going to go to, it's not a horse racing name at least.
Right.
Elf Tang Clan's fairly good.
Because it could be an elf clan named Tang. The Elf Tang Clan.
It could. They're from Nippon.
Yeah.
It was pro elves. I got 8 casualties against him.
Makes sense, elves.
The thing says I only got beat 5-0. I thought I got beat worse than that, but
I thought it was 7-0.
I don't know. Anyways, it says 5-0. I'm sure that was correct. I just don't remember. I thought I got beat worse. But
Wasn't there a game you got beat 7-0?
Well, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Would you like to ruin the spoiler of every movie
I
ever
thought
created?
maybe that this was that game. So sorry. My bad.
Jiminy Christmas.
Did you know Rosebud is a sled?
Thanks.
That one chick crying game totally has a penis.
Thanks, dude. I've never seen that. Never seen either one of those movies, and I'm not going to now.
Well, according to Jake, this is Chinatown.
I have no idea.
So
what
nothing
that
to do
even
with anything.
reference.
Crying Game's a pretty good movie.
Okay.
Citizen
Anyways,
Kane is an amazing movie.
so I got 8 casualties.
It's all right.
No.
Citizen Kane's kind of overrated,
It is not overrated. It is an amazing movie.
if you say so.
It is a lot more amazing when
What are we
it's taken
talking
into
about?
context of the film. Never mind. Okay, fine.
All right. 8 casualties. I got beat 5-0. Scott.
My round 3. So now I'm at table 33 in 66th place. So I'm not feeling so hot about myself.
What's your record at this point?
1 tie and 1 loss.
Okay, yeah.
So I decided to crack a little rum and coke and move into round 3 with the cocktail
Right.
because I was feeling a little depressed about my outing. I played a guy. His name's Gigi Gnome, and he plays Dark Elves.
Okay.
I ended up with a 2-1 victory, but it was kind of hard fought. I couldn't casualty anybody. I ended up with 6 knockouts in the first half, and he got 5 of them back. And
That's
then,
amazing.
and so I
Jeez.
wasn't, and he had a reserve too, I think. So we were still tied up in guys. So it was a good match. It was really hard fought, but I ended up with a win 2-1. So it was a good game.
Nice.
Good.
Then we went on to round 4. Steve.
Round 4, I went up against Phil Bonerick, buddy with a podcast in mind. And we've played before. Always a fun game. And
What race did he play?
he played Camry. So I went
wow.
undead, Camry. And I guess I don't have his roster, but I'm pretty sure he had Mighty Blow on all the Tomb Guardians or something. It didn't matter because Nuffle just decided to screw him royally. Anytime he came near the ball, he failed everything. He failed picking it up. Once he got it, he'd fail dodging or moving. Not that he dodged, but he failed everything. I made everything, and I ended up beating him 2-0.
Nice.
And this is absolutely one of those games that I did not feel like I won. It just felt like Nuffle would not let him get anywhere close to winning.
My round 4, I played the Poisonous Fish, which was a goblin team by a NAF player named Intak. I-N-T-A-K. Simon, I think it's Maltius. I could be pronouncing his last name wrong. Anyways, I'm pretty sure he's from another country. I could be wrong on that.
Was it Alex Matusiak?
No, it was not Alex Matusiak.
Because you got his name completely wrong.
No, it was Simon. Nice guy. So I lined up. This is probably the funniest thing of the whole weekend. I line up. I'm like, I'm not going for the ball. I'm just going to pound your guys in the ground. He's like, okay. But like the whole time he's hesitant because I guess he's never seen anybody do
He
it.
didn't buy it.
He's like, sure, buddy.
He's not really buying into this. And I'm just trying to hurt his guys. And at first, I'm not really casualtying them. I'm just knocking them out. Well, as we go, he's winning, I think it's 3-0. And he's down to like 4 players. Well, I'm still not trying to score or anything. I'm just trying to get those casualties. And he's like, oh, now I know what you're doing. Now I know what you're doing. And I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm letting you score so I can beat up your guys. No, I know what you're doing. And he started waving his finger at me. And I was like, what are you talking about? If I can't field enough players, you win automatically. And I thought, as bad as it is that I drove 12 hours to lose all my games for hopefully to get the casualty award.
Yeah.
I did not drive 12 hours in hopes that I could trick somebody into not having enough players to put on the line so I could win by forfeit.
Because that's not how that works.
He's like, no, it's in the book and all this stuff. I had to get Katie over there to explain to him that he would not lose the game. But like he's like, oh, now I know what you're doing and all this stuff, and I was just like, no, dude, I'm not trying to grift you here. I'm just trying to get
That's like
casualties.
the worst winning strategy ever.
I finally did it.
I'm going to try to get rid of all of his players, and none of them can come back.
It's the worst. I've tried it for 7 Chaos Cups, and it finally worked one time.
I lost 7-0, 8-0, 6-0, and then I won by forfeit.
So it was very entertaining. I lost 4-0. I got 7 casualties. So at this point, I had 23 casualties through 4 rounds, and I was very happy.
That's good.
So round 4 matchups. Scott?
What? Before we go, what is the rule if you
If you can't field anybody,
Yeah.
you score a touchdown, and it moves ahead to 2
turns.
2
I
turns.
believe it's 2 turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
My
it.
round 4, my favorite game, I got to play J-Bone, John Bull from the Double Skulls in England. We had a fun time.
And the Swan.
Yeah,
Kickstarter.
yeah, we kickstarted that. I'm excited to get that Slon team.
Yeah.
Anyway, he played Dwarfs. Right out of the gate, I got 2 casualties on him. I think I got a Troll Slayer and one of his linemen. And it was 9-11 pretty much the rest of the game.
Jeez.
So I ended up with a 2-1 victory. But it was the most fun I had playing. We were cracking jokes and having fun. And I was drinking some beers, and we had a good time.
I'm sure he was drinking by then, too.
Yeah, we had some fun.
He had his Gettysburg Griefers, I think is what his team's name is.
Right,
They're
yeah.
based off the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is a terrible team to pick if you're from another country. I don't know why you ever picked the
He was
Pittsburgh
rocking
Steelers.
the Steelers jersey. Yeah,
I know
he
he
was all
was.
about it.
I don't get it either.
As much as I like Johnny Bull, Steelers.
But it's kind of fun when you get to go to a tournament and you play somebody from, I played a guy from Spain my first round, and then now he's from
No, I
England
know.
on my fourth, so-
I'm giving him a hard time.
Yeah, I know.
I played pretty much people I knew or people I played against
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
So
Anyway, we had a good time. But yeah, I ended up winning 2-1. So.
Awesome. So, after round 4, what did everybody do?
We went out. I went out with John and Kendall from Kansas City and his buddy from Springfield. And unfortunately, I made the mistake of going out with Grant.
Spoon.
Also known as Spoon, which ended up being kind of crazy that night.
Yeah, Grant's crazy without drinking. So, what did we do?
We had the big wrestling match.
Oh yeah,
Steve walked in.
I had my hose jobs.
Right. So we played Super Show, which is the wrestling card game that if you listen to Slurpcast, that they talk about almost every episode. Because they have their league and stuff. Me and Steve were
Their league is cool.
No, it's
Yeah.
really cool. There was at least 20 people playing.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I don't know if there was quite 20. Probably at least 16.
Either way,
There was plenty of matches going on. Me and Steve were the tag team champs. We had to defend our titles. It's been a year.
I had to defend. Yeah, because they wrote the whole story that I got the championship, and then we got the championship for the tag, and then we left the XCW because we just took the titles and ran.
Yeah, kind of did.
Which I don't blame them.
So we knew.
So we knew that they wanted them back, and we knew that they'd be pulling out all the stops.
Right.
So I had to defend my Rojo Diablo, had to defend the extraterrestrial championship belt, and I went up against Nacho Bandit, and I was doing fine. I put a finisher on him. I had him. He wasn't going to break out. And the third, he goes 1, 2. Then right before the third, he uses a cheat card. So Xander Cage, the commissioner, came in and interfered with the match and busted it up. And then he put a finisher on me, and I lost.
So Nacho Bandit's the new champion.
Right. Then I think he defended immediately and withheld. He held it.
So while you were doing that,
Yeah.
I went into a tournament, I think for the number one contender for another one of their titles. And I played Alex Mitchell, Extremes Kid, who was what is he, El Polo? He's like the fighting chicken or something.
okay.
So he had the chicken mask, and we had a fairly good match. It was best 2 out of 3.
And who were you playing as?
I was playing as Scott Prime, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So
The official player.
character, yeah. So if you actually want to play me, Scott Prime, in Super Show, you can go over to Super Show or srguniverse.com and order a Scott Prime character to play in your Super Show game.
Yeah. That Scott Prime actually designed and helped with all the cards and everything.
Exactly. So so I got beaten that first round, best 2 out of 3, and then me and Steve had to defend our tag team titles against the guys from Slurpcast, Johnny and Extreme,
And
Dead Girl, which was
Right.
Johnny's wife. So it was 3-on-2.
we tried to have a manager, but they said we couldn't.
Right.
They could, but we couldn't.
And this is
got
our
that.
point of view. We had them beat,
We had
but
them so
they pulled out
beat.
their cheat card
Yes.
that they got at some other event where they can earn those that they can use once, and they have to tear them up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Same
then,
as the one on me.
and then they came back and did they pin you?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
You took the job. It's hard.
You know, they pay me the money. I'll throw the match. It's
It was
fine.
actually, honestly, it was a really fun, good, long match.
He kept trying to hit me with that damn shovel.
Yeah, he kept trying to do the finisher with the shovel on you.
And he
but
actually
never-
had a physical shovel, which I guess was plastic. So he
You guess he hit it with you several times.
well, before he hit me, it was like every time he played the certain card, he'd be like douche, 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 and like hit me, try to fake hit me on the side and then over the head once. And it's like someone next to me is like, I can't believe he didn't flinch any of those times. I'm like, it's not going to hit me.
Steve's had a lot of big things in his face before.
Sure. And then he just got tired of me kicking out of it, so he started hitting me with the actual shovel, and then the play worked.
Yeah. So eventually, we lost our tag team titles.
Only because they cheated and they had help.
We hung out for the rest of the night. I was drinking, of course.
Yep.
It is Chicago, so I had this terrible drink called Four Loko.
Which is never
Black
drink
cherry.
those. They're awful.
I still have one left. I want
And
two.
there's at least the fake Four Locos.
In college, guys used to like shotgun them, and then they would literally lose their mind for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I
Because
had
the old ones were like super loaded on caffeine and alcohol, and you wouldn't know you were getting drunk.
It tasted just like you were drinking cough syrup that you tell your kid, no, it's cherry, but it doesn't really taste like cherry.
Right.
It was awful, but I drank it, and then I swear I drank at least 3 or 4 Smirnoffs, and I couldn't find the rest of my Smirnoffs, and I was mad that somebody stole them. Well, I only drank 2 of my other Smirnoffs, and the other ones were back in the hotel room that never got in the cooler, so I was blaming other people for stealing them, and of course everybody was like, no, you drank them all, you can't remember because you're drunk. And I was like, I can remember stuff. And then after that, I think you went to bed, didn't you? And I stayed up and hung out with people. We ordered
I think so.
Michael ordered pizza, so we had some type of thin crust pizza that
Same
I
as
hardly
last
ate.
time.
Drew
It was
went
really good.
Drew went to some Greek place,
Yeah.
and he came back with a salad for me. So even in my drunk state, I ate a salad.
Yeah, we stayed up late. I mean,
We stayed up late.
It was up until like 11 or so, and then I was like, maybe midnight. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. Whatever.
Then I think I hung out with you.
No,
No,
no.
I was hanging out with Johnny Bull, and Grant.
Yeah.
And it got crazy. It got really weird again.
Well,
It got crazy.
before that, we all went to Fox and Hound, and there was a pretty big group of us. I think there was like 15 or 20, and because
Wow.
Some of the Goblin guys came from their
Okay.
league, and then another big group of people came. But by the end of the night, it was me and Kendall, John Bull, and Grant.
Okay.
And that was it. And there was, I think it was about 10 o'clock-ish, 10:30. Everybody kind of went back. And we got into a mad game of Jenga. Like, it was intense.
Giant Jenga.
Giant Jenga, yeah, the big with the huge blocks and stuff. And eventually, we ended up going. I tried to close my tab like 3 times, and Grant kept buying more rounds of shots.
Right.
Eventually, he ordered 2 beers for everybody, I think, and a round of shots. And he says, "All right, when we finish these, we can go." And then I don't even think that was it. But yeah, we were into a mad game of Jenga. Grant and John Bull lost a massive bet, which they had to embarrass themselves during the 5th round, which was pretty funny. Did you guys see them do
No.
Yeah. It was
What they
dumb.
had to do?
They both stand up. At the first casualty that John got, they had to stand up on their chair and sing, "I'm too bashy for my shirt," like I'm too sexy. Yeah. It was pretty funny.
That's good.
You didn't see him do it?
No, I did not.
Oh, I did. Grant
not
was
funny.
at the table in front of me, and I saw it. Like,
Oh, well, they were
this
screaming
is why
it.
nobody likes you.
Oh, well, I thought it was funny. But anyway, so we decided to go back. Grant, pretty drunk. John's all right.
Should we take whatever Grant did from that moment on and just file that away as like Ask Grant?
I'm not snitching on anybody, but I just want to make it perfectly clear to all Chaos Cup organizers, I had nothing to do with what happened afterwards. I apologized. I cleaned it up. And then when I went upstairs, I said, "Grant, you probably need to go to bed." And he goes, him and John go, "Rabble, rabble, 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 rabble." And I went, I'm out. I went right to bed.
So the next morning, Scott.
No, well, hold on.
Okay.
So the rest of the night after you went to bed, we went downstairs and they were playing board games downstairs again. And it started getting crazy and people started trying to get me to drink more. And I knew I had just enough to be good. So I was like, no, I don't want any of this or that. And then there's some pictures of us being drunk and all that. But, yeah, Grant got a little grabby. And finally, we were like, just go to bed. And he finally just goes, fine, I'm going to bed. And he walked off mad, maybe. I don't think he was mad, but he went to bed. I don't know how much he remembers.
Once
though.
again, very clearly, I had nothing to do with it.
We're going to pick up on that right when we come back.
Who wants an orange whip? Orange whip? Orange whip? 3 orange whips.
Okay, so we're back. This is Sunday morning. I get up. I come on down. I start to get my breakfast. I'm not hungover. I'm just tired. And I see Katie. And Katie goes, "Hey, Scott, can I talk to you for a second?" And I was like, holy crap. I'm going to get in trouble for something that I didn't do. And because Katie wasn't around. But I'm pretty sure she probably heard that Scott was drinking. And while I think I'm a fairly fun drunk, I try not to be like destructive or anything else. So I was like, what happened?
You're very look at me, attention drunk. And that's annoying.
To Steve.
No, to everybody. And
I
then
think it's
Steve
funny.
feels like he needs to control you, and he can't. So
You can't control me, Steve.
I know.
I can't control you?
No.
I say stop buying Blood Bowl teams, and you still buy them.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, Katie goes, "Can I talk to you for a second?" And I was like, why is she talking to me? Later, I talked to Katie. I'm not going to get into what we talked about or what went on, but I had no clue what she was talking about. And yet I felt like she doesn't believe me.
Right.
So it didn't connect the dots until later that you said you were a witness to some things.
Right.
So somebody probably said those people were out with Scott, and she thought it was me.
Right. Well, because I kind of organized the Fox and Hound because I
Sure.
was like, you guys all want to go, and like
Yeah,
we're
you
gonna
had
go.
Yeah, and you had a
everything.
car
And I
and
made
everything
sure
else.
everybody got there.
Sure. So it wasn't until later, like, in some ways I was kind of butthurt a little bit. Like, why am I getting blamed for this? You know, like last year we closed down the Chaos Cup room a few times, and I thought we were responsible about that.
Yeah, definitely.
And even the night before, Saturday, security closed the top room down. Mm-hmm. And,
Last year.
well, no, this year they did too,
yeah.
because some people got rowdy downstairs, and I guess they closed down the stairs. And even when the security guy was up there and some people were arguing with him, I just lied. I said, no, they made us do this last year because I just wanted to be calm and get everybody
I'm
downstairs.
pretty sure that you're supposed to clear out of that room before midnight, no matter what.
I'm not sure, but I just played the card of they
Right.
made us do this
Yeah.
last year just to keep everybody calm. The security guy kind of was, he was a little wuss anyways, and he would have been scared to death. So Anyways, I was really scared. Like I was getting blamed for something I didn't do that morning. So shook that off, had breakfast, and then went on up to the room.
Once again, nothing to do with it. I didn't do anything.
And I had even less to do with it than Scott.
Right. Well, I mean, I was there drinking, and I was a witness.
And it wasn't really anything too
No,
bad.
it
But
wasn't.
I plead the fifth.
It's just certain things are not to be used as sleds. But, you know.
It was a little. It was out of hand, but we were cleaning it up and apologizing profusely to the security guard and the manager, and then I went to bed. So
Oh, speaking of...
And the great thing is I really didn't know what happened until like hours later.
right. When you came in, like Katie was asking me what happened. I was like, oh, maybe she got us confused.
We forgot about on Thursday, Friday? Yeah, Thursday. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. On Thursday, we had the leftover pizza, and we were looking for a microwave for the Swedes, but there's no microwave where it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
So Scott finally went to go ask somebody, and the guy was like, "Yeah, it's just right around the corner." I'm like, "No, it's not there. We already looked." The hotel guy was just like, you could tell he was so frustrated with Scott. He's just like, "Dude, it's right here." Oh, hey, Jose, do you know where the microwave is? It's like, is it not over there?
Somebody hid it.
No.
Somebody hit it or stole it?
No, hid it. They put it down in a cabinet. For
Oh.
real.
Yeah.
The guy thought I was a buffoon.
He did. He had that complete look of like exasperation, like, God damn
Do
it!
you not
Why
know
is this
what a microwave looks like?
exactly?
It was the same look your father gives you when you try to start the lawnmower and you can't do it, and he
Did you
knows
try
he's going to do it in
pulling
one
it?
pull. Yeah.
I know how to pull the damn. Yes, I tried. Okay, I just had to throw that in because I thought it
That
was
that
funny.
was a funny story. So, round 5.
I'll start again. Round 5, I got to play the 40 Miners. Brian Mitchell, Extreme. And I'd never played him before, and I'd never played against the 40 Miners, so that was very fun. And it was a rough, tough game. It felt like I was played the game of my life, and he was having to pull out every trick in the book, and we tied 1-1. And I was very happy.
He plays quick, too, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
I mean, he's got that team. In
Yeah,
his head.
absolutely.
I don't know if he does that with every team, but I've watched some of his games.
No, it's great because
Yeah.
it's how I am usually too. Because I'm just like, oh, okay, there's only so many things you can do. Just do.
Yeah.
So we finished quick, and it was a lot of fun. Like I said, it was 1-1. I was okay with it. Wasn't super happy, but you know,
Cool.
I could have pulled out a win, but I didn't. It's fine.
My round 5. So I'm going into day 2. I believe, I had 23 casualties. I think Katie said, I think Jonas he's near the top table. He had 16, I think. And I think Brian Mitchell had 17 at the time. So I have a 6 casualty lead in the race. And I'm like, that's fine. I got 2 rounds left. All I got to do is average 3 or 4 next 2 games.
Isn't this where you were convinced that Wooden Spoon is precedent to most casualties?
No, they tried to play this joke on
Right.
me. Oh, well, so
Yeah.
here's how this goes. I'll tell you about that right after this. So round 5, I get a Skaven team. And I'm thinking, oh, great, a Skaven team. But they're this low. That's great because he can score his touchdowns. I get a 7 armor. This game, I shouldn't bitch, but I only got 2 casualties. 2 casualties. He beat me 7-0.
Okay.
I played Sargon, Chris.
Sargon the Sorcerer.
I guess. Chris Cuddy, Cuddy, Cuddy. Nice guy. I just couldn't break armor to save my life. It wasn't until the second or third play of the second half that I got my first casualty.
Jeez.
And we used my dice. They sucked. His dice were rolling lights out. Anything he did, he never used a reroll.
Yeah.
He dodged away. He did this, which I expect him to dodge away. Sure, whatever. So I started using his dice. Well, they'd roll 1s for me. I had multiple turns in this game where 5 out of 6 ogres went bonehead,
Jeez.
which was amazing. Even him, he was like, oh, dude, I can't
like a
believe
fumble
this.
game.
Yeah, he was just like, it felt, Jeffro's going to argue with me about this, but it felt like the worst game I've ever seen rolled.
Yeah.
And if you would have told me the stories about it, I would have said you're exaggerating. So it was just one of those games where nothing could go right. I was happy to get 2 casualties because I didn't think I was going to get any.
Right.
And I was very upset. Scott. Oh, so when I turned in my roster sheet,
Yeah.
Katie said, she's like, you're going to have to do something, you should start trying to win or something like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, the wooden spoon takes precedent over the most casualty award. And I was like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah, it's in the rule book or whatever. Something like this. She was pretty convincing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, just drop me from the tournament. I was done. I was so frustrated from that game. And I was just like, screw it. I just won't get the last spoon because I won't be playing. I'm done. I'll go sit down. And then they all got a kick out of that. They all laughed.
Yeah, Jonas came over and he was talking about how I feel bad because...
That might have been round 4. I can't remember if that was 4 this day. But
I remember Jonas talking to me about it. He's like, we immediately had to
he looked like he was going to cry or beat me up. I don't know which.
I was so furious. And at that point, I was just like, okay, fine. I'll just enjoy the rest of my trip. Whatever. If that's really in the rule book, I can't fight it. So
yeah.
Anyways.
So I played, the guy's NAF name is Bashka, and he played Chaos Dwarfs.
You play Ezard.
Ezard?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
I don't know if that's his last name or what, but I know maybe.
That's all I know him by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had the Chaos Dwarfs.
Well, I looked it up on the NAF deal. That's his NAF name.
I'm assuming his last name's Ezard. Or maybe his first name's Ezard. I don't know.
I have no idea. Anyway.
Brian Mitchell played him round 6.
We had a great game, me and him. It was tied 1-1. And we were like just a few turns left, and I was able to take a 1-die block against his Bull Centaur without block with my werewolf, and I knocked him out, which pretty much sealed the game for me because I was able to go to the sideline and cage my sure-handed ghoul with block dodge down his side of the pitch, and so I was able to pull out the 2-1 win.
Nice.
It was a good game, but it was tight the whole way. I thought we were going to draw for sure, but then I had this one move, 1-die roll that won it for me.
Nice. So now we're getting ready to go into round 6. Oh, we broke for lunch. We went to Portello's again.
Oh yeah, I had a hamburger. It's much better this time.
I had another hot Italian beef
and a shake. It was good.
Shake was pretty decent. I mean,
it's like a lamb shank or
no, a shake.
Oh, I thought you said shank.
And a shank.
Yeah.
I had a hamburger and a shank.
It was a filed off toothbrush.
Well, no, they do like the hog shanks and the lamb shanks.
No, I had another Italian beef, but I tried the sweet peppers because everybody told me they're amazing.
Were they good?
I guess I'm not a sweet pepper guy.
I don't like them. I just like it plain. Although I put a little cheese on my mine.
That's the way I'd go in the future. Mm-hmm. So, going into round 6 at Chaos Cup, if you're not familiar with it, you get to take 2 players from the 0 to 16 position and give them 2 mutations.
Right. So I put foul appearance on 2 thralls, which didn't matter at all. Whatever.
Gotcha.
I played Anthony Albano, his Norse team, so that was fun.
The Governators. Not both down approved.
Right. 2 Ulf runners with guard and block, annoying as hell. 2 runners with tackle, and a lineman with sure hands, and then the 2 berserkers. So it was frustrating. Well, I don't know how I did. I guess I lost. I didn't write that down. Shit.
Well,
I will go look.
All right, so we're going to go to my round 6.
I had everything else written down.
Yeah. Who really cares, right?
No, Who'd you give your mutations to? No.
I also did foul appearance to 2 snotlings. They're snotlings. What else do you give them? Horns?
Diving tackle.
You can't give them diving tackle.
Claw.
Yeah, claw. That's amazing.
Tentacles.
I played Alex Mitchell and his Necro team. It was a very odd game. Long story short, I only got 3 casualties.
Very long story, very short.
His strategy was not to pick up any of his players. I don't know if it was a group effort to keep my casualties at a minute. His dad was up for casualty award too, very close. So I don't know if he was helping dad or whatever. Or it doesn't matter. I got 3 casualties. I decided when it didn't look like he was going to go pick up the ball and walk in the end zone, I decided, fine, let's play it out. And so I won 1-0. Probably should have won 2-0. I tripped on the goal line, rolled a 1 going for it on first half. So I won 1-0.
I lost 3-0. That's why I forgot.
You lost 3-0?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's
Yeah, it was
a
bad.
good game to forget.
Yeah, it was one of those I couldn't do anything.
So what did you end up your record being?
Well, there was that loss, 2 other losses, 2 wins,
And a tie.
and a tie.
So you went 2-3-1.
Yep.
I went 1 win, 5 losses. I only ended up with 28 casualties, which at this point, I was really worried about the casualty award. And we'll talk about awards in a second. Scott.
So my last game I played is an AF name, Try Not to Explode. And so far I played...
Wait, what?
His name's Try Not to Explode. I don't know what
That's
his
his
real name is.
NDF name? That's great.
So far in this tournament, I played 1 Dark Elf, 2 Dwarfs, and 2 Chaos Dwarfs. So round 6, of course, another Chaos Dwarf team.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
So I put Claw on 2 zombies.
Nice.
It worked out amazing. Like right out of the gate, I knocked out one of his guys. My werewolf ended up casualtying a guy. I dominated from the get-go with the Claw. It was just breaking like crazy. I think probably 3 out of 4 times if I hit with a Claw guy, I was breaking his armor.
Wow.
Wow.
It was
that
crazy.
is awesome.
And I ended up winning 3-0. So it was just a one-sided game, unfortunately.
So your final record was?
My final record was 4 wins, 1 tie, and 1 loss.
So 4 wins on the second day.
So after I was in 66th place,
You got 4
after
wins.
round
as a-
2, I came back with 4 straight wins.
Nice. So after my game, I knew
I haven't even had 4 wins at a tournament.
ever.
Yeah.
I think that's the best I've ever done. So
Yeah. So after my game, my game obviously ended quick. I went over. At this time, Valdrick keeps coming by, Mike Moeller, and he's like looking at my casualties and stuff. He's like, I think you're doing okay. And I was like, yeah, but Mitchell has a good chance of getting it too. He wasn't too far behind me. He's like, oh, he didn't have any. So I went over and was watching Brian Mitchell's game, and it didn't look like he had any casualties. But then I noticed Ezard didn't have all his full Chaos Dwarf team on the field. Then I'm looking and trying not to. I hate asking people questions during the middle of the game, especially when it's an award you're after or whatever,
Right.
because it's kind of selfish. So I wasn't asking any questions. But I was looking, and I noticed Brian Mitchell got a casualty. Ezard would put the casualty over in the reserve box. He was playing it the opposite way. He was putting all the casualties in the reserve box. That's why Mike Moeller didn't think Brian Mitchell got any casualties. Well, he got a whole bunch of casualties. But we'll talk about that in a second. So should we go to awards?
Sure. We'll start off with the most prestigious, which was the coming in 52nd and getting nothing. That was me.
Haven't you won that like the last 5?
No.
Chaos
Last time I
Cups?
was second to last.
Oh, okay. You did better this year.
Sure.
Okay,
Can
overall.
we just talk about how there are no easy teams at Chaos Cup besides you?
There's really not.
No. Like last year, playing Stunty, losing all those damn games, getting to the bottom table, and I'm still going up against frickin' Chaos Packs and Undead. Not many people take just jack-off teams to Chaos Cup.
Well,
So
no, it's Chaos Cup.
most people go to win.
It's
I
6
realize
rounds, so
that,
they go.
but-
They usually play the best team.
I guess so. I guess I expected more people to be playing Stunty or playing stuff for fun. And
Well, it's the same
if
reason
that does happen, I don't see them.
I want to take Kimry to Chaos Cup,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I want to be stuck with Kimry and 2 agility for 6 games.
Yeah.
So that's why people usually take their better team. So how did 4 vampires work on the field for you overall?
For most games, it wasn't a huge problem. The game against Anthony, my vampires were failing left and right. That was the only game I was actually casualing my own guys. There was a couple games like I'd bite my guys, but I could position it to where I was biting the same guy time and time again. So if I needed to, so it just meant like I had one guy on the field that kept getting hit. Wasn't that huge a deal, but that game, I just started losing people, and then I couldn't get to certain people, and all this. At most, 2 might even be better because you can load up your thralls on being people to do stuff, and then you have your vampires to go in and do blitzes or, just be your safeties or something. But I enjoyed them. They were fun. They're not a favorite team for me. They're not bashy. They're not edgy. They're just kind of middle of the road. And if they work, they're amazing. If they don't work, you die. I like them enough.
So what do you take next year?
It'll depend on next year. I don't
Whatever
have a clue.
the theme is. I hope it's
it might
goblins.
be.
So you'll take goblins.
I need a goblin team painted before I can take goblins, but I wouldn't hate it. I enjoyed playing goblins.
Ugh,
that
awful.
was the team that I lost 4 games, but I enjoyed it.
Ugh,
I would take Straposaur Head and I'd be throwing him. That would be my strategy.
Gotcha. All right. So, luckily, I got most brutal
Nice.
by 1 casualty
Over extreme?
over extreme. Yeah.
Good.
He was in a situation where he could have bashed that last turn and I don't know, take a loss or take a tie, but he had some kind of iffy play where he decided to take the win, and I think on that. Anyways, I won. He earned 27 casualties. I earned 28 by not playing defense.
So, as you kind of can tell from how you stated that, what do you think about that? Because you really are kind of gaming the system. Like someone who decides not to play the team to help someone else or whatever, you're kind of gaming the system by changing the winning condition to you getting casualties.
So, I don't think I would ever do it again.
Okay.
One, I really don't. How can I say this without sounding like a jerk? As I was playing my game, I noticed things that the other players were doing that, like, if it was a real game, they would have been probably not such good strategic moves,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
So you felt like you could beat them, but you were going for casualties rather than winning.
I don't think I could have necessarily beat him with my ogre team, but if I was playing a race I was familiar with,
Yeah.
Necro or something like that, but I might not have been even matched up against those people, so it's really unfair to say that.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. The whole not pick. Here's the deal. Chance said never go for the ball. Never go for the ball. Just let them run around you. I allowed 26 touchdowns.
That was 27.
Well, it might have been 27.
Either way. It was a lot.
It was quite a bit. When Chance did this same strategy, he only allowed 17. So I don't know what he was doing different, because he was telling me about, your opponents are just going to run around you. They're going to have fun. They're going to help line up guys against you.
If I remember correctly, he put his people around the ball. Like, he didn't go to pick it up, but he put people around so they had to come to him.
Okay, well, if he did that, then maybe that's the difference. I don't know. I talked to him before and between games, and I tried to just follow that strategy. But
Okay.
it was really hard to forget the ball and just let people run by you and go for casualties. And it's way more stressful than it should be. I know casualties are supposed to be fun, but when you feel like anytime you don't crack that armor, you feel like you failed.
Mm-hmm.
And I had quite a few turns, especially in that second day. Only the 5 casualties against, a 7 armor team and a fairly other low armor team. It was frustrating. I was happy I got the award. I don't think I could ever do it again. I got my award at Chaos Cup. I'm happy.
Good.
So I don't know what to say. It does feel like I milked the system a little bit, but people have done that over in the NAF because
Sure. Yeah. Everybody does
Chance
it.
had this build and somebody beat him to it to go play, and they set I think a NAF record or something with casualties. Chance wants to do it again someday because he thinks you can break, I think it's 40 casualties or something, which is probably possible, but it's not possible for me because
Right.
it doesn't feel like I break a lot of armor and stuff. But my ogre ranking is really destroyed now, though.
Of course.
And it's going to be forever destroyed. And that kind of sucks when you think about having a good ranking with being respectful with all the races.
But if you look at your ogre, quote unquote, ogre team last year, wasn't really an ogre team.
No,
It
it
was
was
a
a
star
Snotling
player
team.
team with Snotlings.
You
But-
and Matt McDonough can talk about how
No,
crappy
I'm-
it is, but play it at Chaos Cup and do
But
better.
no, what I'm saying is that the record is different because of that too. So you have ogre record from getting casualties. You have an ogre record from taking star players and crutching them. So why are these? These are negatives, obviously, and the other ones are positive because you did pretty good last year.
I also played Ogres at Spiky Cup and got third place.
Absolutely, you did. Yes.
So Steve is just going to devalue my ranking of Ogres, is what he's trying to say.
Well, it's just
I'm
because you
saying
lost
it-
so bad at Chaos Cup.
I know.
Doubled
It-
up.
There's such a variance of how they can be played.
Of course.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with everything you're saying.
Okay.
I still don't know exactly how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Because, like Brian Mitchell, he just had dwarves. He was just going power. He had some mighty blow on it. He won games and still almost got the casualty record.
Yeah.
Or the casualty award. So I would much rather do it with a Norse team or somebody else.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and like last year when I was close to it with halflings, it felt like I was deserving because, I wasn't going for casualties up until the last game.
yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Scott, how'd you do? Did you
So,
get anything?
Yeah, I won an award. So, like I said, after the first 2 rounds, I was at 66th place. But then I had 4 straight wins, and I bumped up 56 places to 10th. So I got best comeback.
That's amazing.
That is awesome.
It was pretty exciting.
And a top 10 finish.
Yes.
And what is your rank now in the United States as a Necro player?
In the U.S., I am #1 Necro player
he
in
says,
the United States.
He says, bring it.
Well, I don't know about that, but it's pretty exciting. So
He's putting a challenge out there to Nate Beam. He said, don't play Necro in your town. You come to our town, and my Necro versus yours, and these guys the both down guys will set up a matchup round
Hey,
one.
I'm down.
If we go to a Oracle Cup next year, that's,
I'm
that's
just joking,
6
of
games of double points with
I
Necro.
will probably play Necro again because that's like a tier system, right? Where you have to have so many.
It's a team, and we have to have 4 different teams, I believe.
Right. Anyway, yeah, so pretty exciting, but I'm still on the second page of the world ranking, so not quite.
When
there
you have
yet.
a good ranking in the United States, just take that one.
Okay.
I wasn't even going to talk about the world ranking.
It's okay. No, my goal is I just want to play 'em one more time and see if I can bump onto that first page,
I got you.
and then I'll probably
That's good, though.
I don't know, we'll see.
I would
Biggest
like to,
comeback. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting with 4 straight wins. So and that's the most wins I've ever had in any
so
tournament.
you've got a trophy from Chaos Cup. You've got a trophy from Chaos Cup.
Alan's got one.
Alan got a trophy from Chaos Cup.
Michael got
Michael
one.
Lewis got a trophy from Chaos Cup.
Right.
I've got Jack and shit.
Sorry, bro.
And
Hold
again,
on.
this year I won liquor in the drawing.
Hold on. Let's get to Steve's most exciting moment.
Okay, yes, that is probably better
Because this is
than
where
the tournament.
Steve's more happy about this than any result from Chaos Cup.
So we walk in to set up the room on Saturday, and Tom's there with Impact, and he's got this like outcropping of tables with boxes of figures on it. I'm like, what's that? He's like, and it's not saying anything. I mean, he's got a surgery for his wife coming up. He needs to make money, so he put his own collection up to sell. So he had all kinds of stuff of his own to sell. So much stuff. So much good stuff.
So what Steve has got out of Chaos Cup is things in package. Because Steve's that guy that wants to keep things in package for some reason.
Steve did not buy everything he could have. Steve wanted to just
Steve must not
take
have had
all the
enough
good
money.
No, Steve just I didn't want to be a douche. If people needed it, they can get it. I don't need it, so I let it go. I did, however, get like the elf. Phil found the elf I needed. You found Lucky Luke I needed. And found a couple other pieces I needed.
Scott found the Lucky Luke he needed, but he thought it was I thought it was a remint of the casting.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't think Steve would even want it. And then Steve was like, yeah, I need that. And I was like,
I found you the chainsaw guy you needed.
I know, but I'm never going to find Lucky Luke again.
You might.
No, I won't.
You
never
already
if
have a
you
unicorn
don't
for
have
that
it.
team.
If you don't have it, I have no chance.
I haven't really been looking.
Okay.
There's one on eBay.
Anyways, I owed Steve enough because he's gave me plenty of stuff, so I had to give up my Lucky Luke
I appreciate it.
for his super
But-
collection.
Yeah, so I do like sealed stuff. It's just fun and goofy. So I've waited until the end for most stuff. But I did find a thread in package that I bought. So
You know I'm raiding your room if you die.
Oh, go for
when
it. Yeah,
If you're still my roommate.
you should.
Oh, I'm taking all that stuff.
Dude, we're coming home from the funeral and just taking everything.
Not from the
No, you
funeral.
should do it
Before we ever call anybody to say, I think Steve passed.
So I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast before. Buddy of ours, Ven, at one point, he had a brain infection that we all thought he was going to die from. Straight up thought he was going to die. So we had the whole go to his house, clean the hard drive of porn, find the porn magazines to take him out and all this. So since I was at his house, I was like, instead of fighting over stuff, like after he's dead, maybe I should take something now that I would remember him by. So I grabbed his Legion flight ring because it was like a collectible, like a Legion ring. I was like, I'll remember him by this. So I took that, and then once he survived and pulled through, I'm like, hey, so I have your Legion ring. Why? Because I thought you were going to die. Oh, okay. So, no, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm taking all that stuff.
But I did. So
I might even make a video of me opening all that stuff up.
Oh,
This is not right, dude.
oh
This is
that's
not
harsh.
right.
That's a harsh.
So
Especially this block Dyson package.
I thought, speaking of, I found some. I posted online about all the different types of packaging that you could be for Blood Bowl, and I know that there's one other type I don't have, which is like the blue package that has the Blood Bowl font that says Blood Bowl. I think it's only in Italy or Germany. One, I don't have any of those, so I want to get one of those. But since Tom had, what was it, Blood Bowl, bbfigs.com,
Right.
and he sold stuff directly from Blood Bowl directly. So he had all kinds of just random stuff. He had in bag, like an actual bag, a Blood Bowl Ogre, 5th Ed. And I was like, what are these? I've never seen this before. He's like, well, that's how I got them, wholesale. I was like, cool. So I have in a sealed bag, and the bag says New Line Cinema on back. So we hypothesized that they were Lord of the Ring bags, that they got repurposed to be Blood Bowl bags.
I think Tom made that story up just to make you buy it. It worked, though.
It did work, yeah. I thought
Tom,
it was really cool.
Tom had a whole bunch of stuff. You got a team or two, didn't you?
I bought the 3rd edition box set of the Dark Elves.
Right.
I bought.
Was it sealed?
Yes,
Is
but
it
I opened it right away.
Yes. Good for you.
That's already opened and put together.
So if you are
Drew.
thinking about buying anything and you need anything Blood Bowl related or Impact related, buy from Tom. He needs the money right now. He'd be more than happy to help you out. Go to his Kickstarter. He put one up for dice.
Yeah, all the different size dice.
He's a great guy. He comes and helps support Blood Bowl. He's the reason we have the rule book the way it is.
He had to make pretty good money off us because I know Drew and Chance were looking through stuff because Drew has that braff thing that
Yeah, as I say, I personally know at least 5 or 6 people that spent at least almost $200 each.
I almost spent $200.
I
I went
almost
from
did.
I'm not going to spend any money to like, crap, all this stuff's here.
I bought a whole reptilioid army from RFM Miniatures that I don't need at all.
But you don't have them, so you need them.
No, they're just goofy little lizard dudes.
Right, to go with your other 6 Lizard Men team.
I only have 5 now.
Yeah, well.
One got stolen.
One got stolen?
Yeah, we had people steal stuff off our porch.
Yes.
Vandals, man.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, a Lizard Man team came in the mail, and I was sending out like $400 worth of other crap. So whoever stole them, fuck you, because all you got was Blood Bowl miniatures, dice, and both down T-shirts. Enjoy.
Well, they might.
If they do, great. Come out to a tournament and give me them back.
Have you been cruising eBay and Craigslist, see if they got them?
Yeah. But they won't even know what they are. I'm sure they tossed them. This is probably in a trash can around here.
That'd be awesome. We see some just random dude with a both down athletic department shirt.
Excuse me, sir. Where'd you get that shirt? My mom got it for me. Punch in the face.
Yeah, exactly. I want my Lizard Man team.
Yes.
No, yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff too. I found a bunch of second ed dwarf, chaos dwarves, and miscellaneous stuff. It was pretty awesome.
Well, maybe the guys who stole it now like playing Blood Bowl.
It
Yeah.
would be worth it then.
There you go.
There you go. You gave back
Yeah.
to the community.
You can think
Yay.
positively about it.
So then we said all our goodbyes.
Maybe they tried to eat them because they look like candy, like the dice, and they choked on them and died.
Okay, that got dark.
No, that's still positive.
Wow, that did get dark.
It's positive.
Anyways,
A thief died.
after the awards,
Jesus would be happy.
which we saw a repeat Chaos Cup champion, Jonas
Yeah, we
Lindgren,
sure did.
won again from Sweden,
And
Back to
back with Norse.
Which
Against-
his build is crazy.
yeah, it is.
He does like 2 runners, and then like 1 blitzer, and then the rest linemen.
Yeah,
I assume
13
Chance will
linemen.
have him on the podcast talking about it since
Right.
Chance was at top table too.
It is wild.
yeah. Chance and Jonas both had the same records. They both tied their game in the final at top table, and it came down to tiebreakers. So hats off to both of them.
I kind of think in a situation like that, they should just go to overtime.
Just to have a clear winner, since
Yeah.
you're going to have a first and second place.
Yeah. I mean,
You could be playing forever, though.
you really could be.
But
Well, eventually you just do like a sudden death, and you just keep going until.
I don't know
scores.
the right answer, and that technically is the right answer because everybody knew going in, but it just sucks.
yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
we said our goodbyes to everybody, and then most people cleared out. We cleaned up, and then who was left? It was some of the Canadian guys, the pitch invasion guys, the guys from Colorado were left.
Swedes.
The Swedes and us went to the breakfast place.
Yeah, we went to Beverly's Pancake House. Was that the one here?
It's not Beverly's. I can't remember what it was. Baker's?
Beverly's the ones here off Northwest Express.
Okay, yeah. So it was a different pancake
Maybe
house.
Baker's or Walker's. I think it was Walker's.
Yeah,
Pancake.
Walker's Pancake House.
It was pretty good.
We like, I think out of the 6 of us, we had 4 people get bacon in a pancake or a Belgian waffle.
Yeah. I had me some
There
poached eggs with some holiday sauce. That's a callback to the beginning.
Gotta like that.
It was
You should probably
delicious.
cut that part out.
But no, it was a good place. I
Yeah.
actually liked it.
Yeah, it was a good food place. We need to probably eat there.
It was a
next year.
weird looking place.
It was kind of classy, but their prices didn't reach.
It was like
classy.
gauche classy.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you can't beat bacon in the pancake.
no. I got Belgian waffle. I should have got pancake.
Oh, I like waffles better, but
I normally
pancakes
do,
are-
but it was okay.
Yeah, I'd go back there and eat, though. So we had a good meal. We came back to the hotel. We met up with the other guys who went to Jameson's. We avoided that this time around. And then that's when we played some...
Would you hear about that too?
Yeah, they had terrible service.
Yeah.
So don't go to Jameson's.
Right. No matter how much the driver wants to take you there, don't go.
The reason he tells you to go there is because he gets free soup.
Sure. I don't blame him.
He does?
Yes. For every time he brings somebody there, he gets free soup. That's a fact.
Okay.
Jonas wouldn't lie.
Just have him take you somewhere else and get him leftovers.
Exactly. Came back and we played some... You guys played...
The Grizzled.
You played the Grizzled with a small group of guys. I played Camel Up with a small group of guys. Not a small group. I guess it was 8 of us, which saw, I think, Tim won a few times. I can't remember who won. Anyways, it was good. We had some good laughs, and I think we stayed up till almost 10, and we finally was like,
Yeah, it wasn't too late, and we just said our goodbyes and buggered off.
yeah.
I trucked back that night. I made it to Rolla.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did.
Did we do Oberweis that night? Yeah, we did. We did with the Canadians because we talked Tim
Yeah,
into
we
getting
did.
some. Tim was trying to be good. We learned that Oberweis, you don't have to say a scoop of ice cream. You can say a child's cup, which is like a half a scoop of ice cream.
Oh, you can?
Yes. Tim Lawson figured that out.
That's good to know.
The smartest thing Tim Lawson's ever done. So we thank Tim Lawson for that, and we will get the child's cup next year.
No, I'm just going to keep
Steve's
with,
not.
I'm
He's
just
gonna
gonna
get-
keep with the cake and the ice cream.
I'm going to try not to go off my rocker.
I think I'm following
year.
suit on you next year.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Because, like, the ice cream is really good. I got the sundae. Did we go 3 times? I only
No,
remember
I
going
wasn't going
twice.
to tell everybody. We had our stories out of order.
Okay.
We didn't go Thursday night with the Swedens. We went Friday night
Okay, then
and Sunday
that makes
night.
more sense.
But I wasn't going to say anything to mess up the podcast.
Okay. It's like I only remember going twice.
Yeah, we only went twice.
I almost went right before I left. I was like, I should get some.
We need to take more notes next time so we don't get our stories mixed up.
People enjoy it. But I got a sundae this time, and It was fine. It was too much. Simplicity is not always overrated.
And then we said our goodbyes, and we trucked back at...
Got up at 5:30 and left at 6.
Golly.
Good Lord, y'all are crazy.
We got back about, what,
Dude,
6:30?
It's so nice, though. We got home at 6.
I think maybe y'all got home about the same time as... I was only a couple hours ahead of you because I texted you about that wreck.
Yeah, you told us about the
Did you
wreck.
avoid it, or did you hit it?
We didn't hit any wreck.
We had a little bit of
The
traffic, but it wasn't bad.
Good. They
We
must
even
have
stopped
cleaned
at Hicks Barbecue, where after we ate barbecue, if you go to our Facebook,
We need to remember not to go to Hicks.
I like Hicks.
It's only okay.
It's fine.
Well, I need to get better stuff.
You get the same thing every time.
And the turkey's horrible.
Nobody should get turkey at a barbecue
I
place.
fucking love turkey.
it. Turkey barbecue is good if it's done right.
Yeah, if it's done right. This is not done right. So, yeah, we went the back way in, and then we went the easy way out.
And we saw a big, giant hot dog guy
We did.
that looked like a big dong.
It did. It really,
holding
really.
a hot dog. Did you see our picture? You're not on Facebook. Oh, my gosh.
You not? Oh.
You keep talking,
So
Steve.
Scott will bring it up. So we're driving by, and I'm like, "Did you just see that?" And he goes, "Yeah, I did." Okay, we're stopping and getting photos, right? He's like, "Of course we are." So we turn around, and as we're getting to there, he's like, "It's too bad no one else is here to take our photo." And these other people, while we were taking photos of each other, pulled up, and they're like,
That's a penis.
"Oh, totally."
I told you,
is."
it looks just like a penis holding a hot dog, doesn't
And
it?
if you go from the side, it looks like he has balls.
Yeah.
Because he's not a hot dog in a bun. He's just a hot dog holding a hot dog in a bun.
But I love the idea of the design team going, okay, Bob, I need something for a hot dog
Oh,
place.
you got somebody to take pictures for you?
Yeah, so when we pull up, these other people pull up and they start to get out of their car, and I thought, oh, great, it's the locals, and they're mad at us. And I was like, we're out of towners, we just want to take a picture. And they're like, we're out of town too, we're taking pictures. And I was
Yeah,
like,
that thing's
I was
ridiculous.
like, we're exchanging pictures. So we took pictures of them, and they took pictures of us.
Nice.
But I'm pretty sure that they were like, okay, how about a hot dog holding and making another hot dog? Okay, cool. But so it's going to have legs and arms, right? Yeah. So
I like the hand placement there, Scott.
Yeah, I was groping his penis.
it's like, okay, but so the hot dog's going to have like hot dog going between his legs, so it's going to look like a dong? Okay, well, we'll just bend it back to make it look like a butt. Okay. And then they got it made, and they're like, okay, now it looks like a penis with balls.
I feel like you're
Okay, we
putting
need to
way
put a
too
cape
much.
on it.
You're putting way too much.
I'm trying to justify
show.
the cape.
They didn't. There was no design team. There was one drunk hillbilly who was like, "We need a dang mascot."
Yeah.
He went out with some materials and he made one that day.
It's pretty
it's
good
a
looking, but
mascot.
Nobody wanted to tell him anything wrong with it.
No,
they
no.
were just like, "Great job, great job."
No, I'm pretty sure the cape is there to make it not look like it has balls.
There you go.
It probably so. But it was
I
pretty amazing.
showed it to someone, and they're like, I think it's funny how it's bolted down. I go, what are you kidding?
Somebody
Someone would
stole
take that.
Or
I would
have stolen
almost have
before.
taken
Yeah,
that.
guaranteed that's been stolen.
Yeah.
So that was the last cool thing we saw.
That was the best thing on the whole trip.
Really? 6 games of Blood Bowl, some good sushi. The weird hot dog thing was the best thing of the whole trip. Not even some pinball action.
I've played those pinball machines. I have not seen a giant amorphous
All right.
dong.
All right, if you say
Dog.
so.
We made it back in 12 and a half hours, even stopping at eating.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
we hit traffic good.
Yeah, it was a good drive.
But yeah, we were exhausted, and the whole trip was really good this time. Every year it's really good. And I've said it the last couple of years. When I leave Wednesday, I'm already mad because I tell Steve, I know these next few days are going to go by in a blur, and it's going to be over. And this is like my vacation time. And sure enough, it happens every year.
I'm already looking forward to next year.
Absolutely.
Chaos Cup's awesome.
If you can't make it to Chaos Cup, you got to come to Oklahoma Bowl. But if you really can do one, go to Chaos Cup.
Yeah, no
it's
question.
such a great atmosphere.
Well, you'd play an extra game at Oklahoma Bowl, but
And 2 separate tournaments. But we
for
all
us,
don't stay in the same
it's
hotel.
easy for me to say because I don't travel anywhere for Oklahoma Bowl weekend. I get to travel to Chicago at least for this.
If I knew we could bring in 80-some people every year and I could charge $55 and I can get a hotel and we can all stay at it, that might change things because then it would feel more like a vacation getaway or a camp atmosphere.
It'd just be all right if there was. They need a hotel right next to the campus or something.
There's plenty of them, but not.
Well, they're still kind of far. They're on the other side.
That's true.
Anyways, it was a great time.
Yeah, always. Absolutely.
So-
Love seeing everybody.
We keep getting off on tangents. Scott brings us back in.
It's his job.
Somebody's got to control the situation.
There you go.
Somebody's got to be mature.
Okay.
I'm not mature. You guys are old fuckers.
We took photos because something looked
sorry.
like a penis.
Didn't mean to cuss.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's real mature, Steve.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
So,
So, like last time we talked about the weight loss challenge, we did not debut anything at the Chaos Cup.
Scott's a clear winner, though.
No,
Scott
yeah,
Bryan.
no doubt.
and everybody paid me. They didn't wear a dress, but they kind of overpaid me. So
Yes,
I'm
we
really
did.
happy with that.
Everybody did.
Yeah, I bought sushi for dinner.
Yeah, Steve paid my way into the museum. Michael bought pizza and stuff like that. So we're all good.
Right.
So maybe
But-
after a couple months, you guys can decide if you guys want to get serious about losing some weight.
No, next episode we'll have a more in-depth look at what we're going to call the path to the 24, I think. Is that what we're going to go with?
If you
Our
want to.
path to the 24?
Sure, you're going to lose 24 pounds.
We're going to try to make our lives at least 24% better. Whether that means doing 24 push-ups or... We're trying to do something. So,
That's funny.
Steve came up with something like two for your life or something. I don't remember. He came up with some slogan on the way up there.
Yeah.
How about
that
you-
sounded
How about
awesome.
we just lose 24% of our body weight?
because not everybody needs to.
Well, I definitely do.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Oh,
we do.
you do, for
But
sure.
I'm saying we want this to
Fuck
be...
you very much.
We want this to be for everybody. So, at the end of the year, and it's going to be completely voluntary, you know, you're going to have to tell us the truth that you helped yourself, you made yourself better. I can't remember what it was, but
Is
It
there a
was-
prize? Some blood bowl
we don't know
figures?
yet.
I'm thinking we're going to do a patch because Scott came up with a cool idea, doing a patch that, like the both down logo, but with a 2 and a 4 in it. So,
Cool.
But I don't know if we're going to do that now because we can't remember that slogan. Steve came up with something about something for life
no.
to make you better for life, or I can't remember what it was.
24 steps to a better life.
No, it's something
Steve could write it.
to
I feel like you
do
guys should write a
better
self-help
for
book.
you.
To do better for
It's
you.
a
or
path to do better for you.
Okay.
Something like that.
Something like. Anyways,
Diggity.
we'll work on it next year. I did take the scale, but nobody used it except me because every time I ate something bad, I was like, "Holy crap! I just gained 2 pounds."
Which is why you're not supposed to weigh yourself all the time. But yeah, so Anthony Albano, shout out to him. He's already on my ass to start losing weight. And he says if I lose 50 pounds by next Chaos Cup, he's going to come out to Oklahoma Bowl in 2017.
Ooh,
So if anybody else wants to jump on that bandwagon,
Wait.
That's
Oklahoma Bowl 2018.
yes.
2018.
No, he's going to build a time machine and go back in
There
time.
you go.
That's amazing.
So if he shows up at this one, then we know you're going to lose that weight by next Chaos Cup.
But then I don't have to because he already showed up.
See, I knew he was going to try to get out of it.
Paradox.
I want to destroy the universe.
I want to give out some shout outs, of course, to the sweetest guys, all of them.
Sure.
Every one of them.
So are we actually doing shout-outs?
Sure, let's do some shout outs.
I figured you wanted to do that.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyways, it's lovely seeing all them again. I bought some chocolates and stuff from them to
And
give
they
to
gave
my
us
family.
free chocolates and stuff.
Well, you're not supposed to tell people that because then somebody else is like, I didn't get my free chocolate.
There are Swedes.
They are our Swedes.
Exactly. So
They even say that. They're like, I guess we really shouldn't be talking about how they praise us so much about being the best podcast, but I guess it's out of the bag.
yeah,
so
no,
let's
it's
just
They
let it
gave
go.
me some kind of flowery liquor thing. It was awful.
but you still drank it, didn't you?
No, actually,
Okay.
I have a little bit of. I had about half, and then I was kind of like, maybe I'll get used to it if I have a little bit more. And
No,
then I'm like,
no.
It was just one of the little
one of the little things.
bottles. It wasn't like a big one.
No, we got great chocolate. I gave out the chocolates I bought from them. Everybody loved them. Shout out to Alex Weiss, who heard my call for some ketchup chips. My daughters loved them. So thank you very much, Alex. Shout out to David Morse through Siggy. I talked to him about bringing some of those amazing gummy bears and gummy worms. My kids love those as well.
Did your kids even try them?
Yes, they got some.
Okay.
Dude, here's the truth. I had to get all the candy out of the house, and I didn't really want to share it. So I started giving it to the kids because Fat Scott was going to eat it all.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been off the wagon since Chicago did okay. I've had like one bad meal, 2 good meals. One bad meal, 2 good meals. And I had something to keep me occupied. Lazy Scott, who was dead tired from being back from Chicago, has been like, I would like to hook up and drink sweet tea intravenously through my veins. Mm-hmm. And it's been hard to get back on the track. This week I have exercised. I've been running my mile without having to stop or anything. I've got the kids running with me again. So I'm back on the course for it. But it was hard, and I had to get all the candy out of the house. So there might have been a few days me and the kids had some candy. Those are amazing gummy bears and gummy worms. I know you're a Harborough guy, but
Absolutely.
this generic brand of... You remember those gummy worms from last year that were so juicy that we've had at game night? Those things were gone. We had to eat them all. And I wouldn't let my kids have any of the orange ones. Because that's the kind of dad I am.
I love the orange ones.
Dude, the orange are where they're at. And I was like, you can have any of them you want except the orange ones. Those are
God, how
dad's.
mad is, 23-year-old Scott that he didn't find those to just drop into a Zima?
He's pretty mad, actually. Those would probably be amazing.
Yeah.
And to you people who tease me about liking Zima, I don't care.
No.
It tasted amazing.
Do they still make Zima?
No, they don't.
Is
That's
that
why
what
they
you
tease
used to drink back in
Yeah,
the day?
oh yeah. Little grenadine, turn that into Kool-Aid is amazing.
Man, we would not have been friends in college.
Probably shouldn't even be friends now, but yeah.
It's weird how life works that way.
Shout out to Katie, Mike, Johnny, Extreme,
Yeah, Katie for running
Rochi,
the
everyone
show.
who was doing the Chaos Cup and the awards and the painting and all that.
Most definitely. Any shout-outs for you?
Yeah, to John from England. We had a fun time going out. And
Yeah, it was great
Kendall
meeting
and
him.
Definitely. I was glad.
Even
I didn't want to have
Spoon.
too many loose things.
Even Spoon
Of
for
course,
being
Spoon.
crazy. We had a good time. He bought a bunch of rounds of shots. We were having a good time.
Lots of hugs from Spoons. A lot
yeah.
lot of grabbing nuts and butts and things like that.
I didn't experience any of that. I think I avoided it.
I
So,
think he's attracted to me.
he may be.
He's
seems
prime
like
curious.
He seems like a chubby chaser. He likes them bears.
We didn't talk about otters once.
We didn't talk about otters once.
Who?
Otters.
Scott
You know
was
what otters
obsessed
are?
with the term otter.
No, I think it was Drew. You know what
Like bears and otters.
Yeah.
Like for the gay. Yeah. Okay.
I've never heard the term otter. I learned that this weekend at
Otter's
Casket.
the skinnier version of a bear. Right? Is that right?
Yeah, evidently so.
Yeah.
That's what Drew told us.
Is that what you are now?
Yeah, according to Drew.
I think you're still a bear.
Okay,
You got
thank you.
about another 50 pounds.
Okay, thank you. I'm
I
still a
would
bear.
believe that, yeah.
Steve's a big bear.
Oh, yeah.
Like a big burly bear. What do they call the big old bears?
Polar bears.
Oh, yeah, that makes
I don't
sense.
know. Is that right?
That
I don't
makes
know.
sense.
That's what, yeah, you're kind of
Okay.
pasty.
I want to be a panda bear.
A panda bear?
I think those are for the Asians.
Makes sense.
The Asian bears?
Yeah, panda bears.
Is there such thing as Asian? I guess so.
I'm literally talking out my backside.
about a
right
red
now.
panda?
I have no idea.
A red, yeah, you're a red panda.
Native American. Rob is.
Ooh.
He's a red panda.
We went from saying shout-outs to now
Okay.
derogatory terms for
So-
fat gay guys.
I don't think it's derogatory.
No, it's not.
I've
It's-
seen the dudes with the bear tattoos at the gay bars before.
They have bear
Big,
tattoos?
big old bear one. Like the one guy had a big bear on his chest, and he
Oh.
was a bear, and other guys have like claws and stuff.
Do people have otter tattoos? on them?
I've never.
I'm
seen
gonna ask
one.
Drew.
I've never heard of that.
We all know
otter
what
term.
type of bear I'd be, and I'm glad none of you had mentioned it.
Embarrassing.
Pedo bear.
Pedo bear?
That's what I was waiting for.
I never even heard of that term. So let's
not-
move away from
do you
that
not
because
know
Steve
who
has to
pedo
take
bear
something
is?
that's funny, kind of, to like creepy weird.
Pedo bear's funny.
No, that's
He's also kind of creepy. Anyways,
Okay.
don't Google.
see. This
Do
is.
not
I don't
Google.
want Brian too to Google things that he hears from you and corrupt his soul.
He
He's
learned all
pure.
of this in NSA training.
I don't think that that Mormons are that closed off from reality.
No, I don't think so either. But it's just a funny
he
kind of
probably
gimmick.
knows what it is.
So I did want to give a shout out to Rodney Milsom. He went above and beyond and did some 3D printing models for us for like dice towers initially, and I got some printed, and they're super awesome. But they only took tiny dice, and we didn't take them with us because they only took tiny dice. I just got them the day before, so I didn't want to mess them up. Should have taken them because we used tiny dice because Chaos Cup didn't have regular dice. But want to thank him for that, and he's done some other stuff that hopefully we're going to get printed and have for shows soon, and just really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anything else, fellas? Because I have one more thing. I said I wasn't probably going to do it this year, but I'm going to do it.
Oh, god damn it.
Yep.
Going to go through team names?
Team names. Team names at this Cast Cup
Why
might
are
have
you doing
been
this after shout-outs?
because I just want to say the names and move on.
Okay. So it's sort of like a shout-out.
It's kind of like a shout out, but I didn't even put the people's names who came up with these team names.
Okay.
So if you recognize your name, you get
Nothing.
both down approved name for Chaos Cup. I didn't even take a percentage. I just wrote down the names I liked and would let in my league, and there's not a whole lot of them. There was 81 teams. So, in no particular order, the Hogtown Dirt Faces I thought was a really funny name for an underworld team. You know, Hogtown. Sounds like a tribal thing. The Stompa Bay Necroneers. The Black Rock Whistle Pigs. They made the list last year. The Bruise Orc Jets. I thought that was a good, funny NFL pun name. Steve, your team made it. I can't pronounce the name, but the
Nehekara
Nightmares for a vampire team, and you spelled night like as in a night of the round table instead of it's nighttime.
Right, because this will be different because my next team that I play is going to be an undead, and I got them from Extreme. They were the Naptown. So, keeping with his team affiliation with Annapolis, I'm going to be the Necropolis Nightmares with the N.
Nice.
Because all the guys have little N's on them.
That's cool. The Darkland Massacre for a Chaos Dwarf team like that. The Prague Soul Hunters made it. That's your team, Scott.
Yeah,
I've
right
heard
on.
of them before.
The Harlequins del Driscoll. The Harlequins of Driscoll made it. The Pro Elf team. Fernwood Dreadnoughts.
Were they? Well, you probably don't know.
They made it last year, too.
Were they actually Harlequin models?
I did not see them.
Okay.
So
That's
if
what
I
I
did,
figured.
that would probably really be all over that. The Norsha Vikings. The Stick River Shamblers. The Finderic, I'm probably not saying that right, Dryads, which was a Wood Elf team. And then the Hammarapa Horrors, which was an undead team. So only about 16 teams made it this year.
No Smoky Bay contenders?
No, he changed his name to like the Nile City Sticklers,
Oh.
which I don't know if that's a play on City Slickers
Might be a Sweden thing.
or a Nihilist. I don't know. I have no idea. I also really like the team, the Poisonous Fish, for a Goblin team because it sounds really stupid, and that's what goblins would do.
That would be good for Sarge's team.
Exactly.
The gobos that look like clowns?
Exactly.
Because you're thinking Jokerfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
those teams made it.
I'm just glad I made it. So
You and Steve better make it every season because sometimes
whole thing.
sometimes Steve doesn't make it. He'll come up with something and he'll justify it, and I hate it.
I anguish about coming up with backstories for my teams so that they can be justified.
I will stand behind the Sight for Sore Eyes forever.
Oh, that's a terrible name.
It's an amazing name.
And for the
Sight for sore eyes.
It's Sight for Sore Eye.
yeah, get it? It's really funny.
I nailed it. I got
It's a
it.
Lizard Man team. It absolutely works.
Sure it does. And the winner of the most casualties for ogres
Yeah.
was Marcus Keene. So Marcus, when I see you next,
Oh, yeah.
I have a prize for you. So there you go.
Speaking of contests, since we had so many people enter this one,
Marcus's ogre got 6 casualties, by the way.
damn. What was the next one? Like 5 or 4?
I had a couple guys with 5.
Okay.
So
We're going to, if you check our Facebook and our Twitter, or either, doesn't matter, we have a Casualty Beast, which is our Nuffleween mascot, and I decided it's time for him to have a name. So if you want, you can send a name to us, you can reply on Twitter, you can post on Facebook, anything you want.
Harambe.
Someone has already done that.
And
I knew
anything,
that was going to happen.
since Steve is judging this, any kind of weird, crappy, dumb name might work.
So far, Bat Billicheat is right up there.
That's a pretty cool name.
I like that one a lot.
Bat Belichick,
Yeah.
like Bill Belichick. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, dumb, but yes, I will be judging. And I think I'm going to go ahead and give away a second edition, third edition Star Player book, the yellow one.
Oh.
So I got an extra one. So
You're giving that away to the winner of this
to
contest?
the winner of the contest.
Wow, that's fluffy. That's full of fluffiness.
See? Fluffy podcast. Keeping it fluffy.
With so many great Pete Nifton illustrations in there as
Absolutely.
well. So,
You need to get him on the podcast.
all right. I'll talk to him.
Okay.
He's my friend on
He is.
Facebook.
And Scott needs to get on Facebook.
Never.
Too much drama.
No, I just don't. All my coworkers and shit are on there. I like to keep my personal life a little more private.
Yeah, you don't post shit to it. You just-
Yeah, but when I was in it and everybody would tag me and crap, I'd be like, "Stop! Take those pictures down. I don't need evidence of what
You
I'm
can-
doing."
you can keep
on a
people from
week-to-week
tagging
basis,
you.
all right?
Right.
You can keep people from tagging you. Anyways, doesn't matter.
All right, so we're going to wrap this up.
I
Wait,
believe-
Nothing
before we
else?
go,
Yes.
did all ogres just have casualties, or any of your snotlings?
I had one snotling that had a casualty.
Nice,
Number 10, Wanker Blackrot.
nice.
Boom.
It's not both down approved.
I'm the both down approved guy.
I know you are. I love it when people come to me and they're like, "Hey, what do you think? This is both down approved?" Who the fuck are you asking?
Steve would approve everything. He'd be like, okay.
No, Steve has a
I
different
still
criteria.
maintain that you need a both down approved and then a Scott Prime special edition approved.
Scott Prime.
Scott
approved.
would allow this in the league.
League approved.
That's pretty fair.
But yeah, I guess that's it.
All right, so we're going to say goodbyes, and we'll see everybody next year at Chaos Cup.
Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, should have had you on last year with the crazy adventures.
No. Once again, that prime reason why I'm not on Facebook. I don't need any proof of
There's
what
a-
happened last year, and I deny it.
That is a valid reason. Yes.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
You can follow Both Down on Twitter at Both Down. You can follow Scott at Fat Finley, FATFINLEY, and Steve at Kilowog2814. If you want to know if your team name is Both Down approved, send a tweet to @BDapproved. If you'd like to email them, the email address is bothdownpodcasts@gmail.com. Or for more information, you can visit them at bothdown.com or at facebook.com/bothdown.
Hit it!
Hey, folks, here's a story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a low-down hoochie coocher. She was the roughest, toughest frail, but Minnie had a heart as big as a whale. Honey, 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 hi. Honey, 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 oh. Heedy, 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 hee. Honey, 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 ho. She had a dream about the King of Sweden. He gave her things that she was needing. He gave her a home built of gold and steel, a diamond car with the platinum wheels. Howdy, 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 howdy. Howdy, 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 howdy. Scoodly-boo, scoodly-boo, scoodly-boodly, boodly-boo.
This is glue. Strong stuff.